I don't even know where the camera is right now. We're having too much fun up here talking about movies. The pre-show talking about movies is crazy. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the man cave. Make sure you guys sound up in the chat over there. Appreciate all of you. We'll wave from the balcony. There it is. And now all the microphones are on. So live from the man cave. It's episode 2 of just movies. We're going to spin this into its own podcast. It's going to be fun. But yeah, and of course it's not zooming out. So I'm just going to wait for it. And it'll do its thing. I had to restart. Look at this. I'm having issues over here on this computer. It doesn't want to co-operate.
Oh boy. Professional. Guaranteed.
See, now look at the fish cams is completely zooming out the way it's supposed to. That all works.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
This week we'll just talk about fish tanks.
Exactly. Well, we do have the button. I doubt the button's working, but that's when we hit the
You're a gay fish.
See, that's our gay fish over there.
And there we go.
You need a damn it, Jim.
Damn it.
Damn it, Jim.
No, we
I'm
do
a
this.
doctor.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
That's the one we have on there. Along with a few other ones. All right, so I had a slight issue with this computer over here. It's still not wanting to help me out. I don't know what the deal is, but that's good. Tyler, I always get tripped up because I know your first name, but you go by Tyler. Tyler Price, Christian Clare,
Hello.
Glenn Gogoleski.
Howdy.
Why is that stuck on? That's not the right super chat. There we go. That's better. Everything's just crazy. So I was trying to load up this other. So if you guys see behind Glenn and Christian, I had I cheated a little bit, and I had ChatGPT load up I told it what to make, and it did an okay job. So I was trying to get it on this computer while we were going, and I'm just that slow, I guess. Where's it at? There it is. Open. There it is. And how about this versus this? Wait, where did I put it? Did I do it wrong?
Professional show.
No, right there.
Click
Supposed
that.
to be.
Yeah.
Ah, see? I got it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. Nobody cares. Now what I have to do is do this because I had to restart it.
I can assure everyone that it is impressive.
There
Oh,
we
there we
go.
go. There we
There
go.
we go.
Look at that.
And it hides the brokenness of my screen. I don't know how that got broke. I think I asked all the kids. I'm like, "Are you sure? I'm not going to be mad. Just tell me." And I'm like, I think I may have did it when I was redoing some of the stuff in the lines. I think like one of the HDMI lines, like.
It looked like there's an impact, like yeah,
Right there.
yeah.
And I'm like, did I do that with the HDMI? Because I didn't have the TV on when I was up here moving lines around.
Yeah.
So, anyways. All right. I'm Jeremy Scott Gibbs, if I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's okay. It's all good. I'm excited about this one. Cult Classics.
Yes.
Classics.
Ooh.
We had a good dinner, cheeseburgers tonight. I was on my own. Scott was riding bikes, so he didn't get to be the chef tonight. But he was in and out. We did do for the cooking show. We did do that test. You were out of town.
I know.
So Tyler and Maddie came in, and they got to hang out and do that. It ended up being the whole place was packed here.
So
Your dad made chicken marsala. Oh my goodness, did good test run, and he's sitting over there with his arms folded, going.
Now,
I'm
be
like-
honest.
I'm like,
is
what?
it good? Everyone's like
Yeah.
shoving their mouths.
Yeah.
full.
What are you about?
Yeah, that's just a Claire thing. We all do
And
that.
he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think I got to change this. I got to work on that. I got to do this. We got to do that. I'm like, dude, all right. You're going to make it even better?
We're perfectionists.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, cool. So I made cheeseburgers tonight. Is that okay? That was all right?
Perfect.
All right.
Hey, you made bacon cheeseburgers.
Bacon cheeseburgers
mushrooms.
with my mushrooms. And Christian was like, Not a lot of people like mushrooms as he's scooping them on.
Yes.
No offense. There was a fine burger, a tasty burger, but I know that we didn't have our guest chef tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would default. He's got some burger recipes, but my burger recipe is pretty.
Fine burger. Fine burger.
Plus, you were here, what, 35 minutes after they were.
Yeah, well.
Sit in the oven.
Yeah, so what's your point?
What's your point, man? When you say that. I'm not even going to do the disclaimer tonight. We're going to get right into it because we got a hard out with this guy at 9. That does look good. That does. Let me see. Let me see how that looks. So let's see what that looks like. Boom.
Booyah.
The man cave's right on top of my head. Look at me. There we go.
Okay, I got red
Nice.
vines.
It's like
above me.
perfectly centered too.
Yeah.
Dude.
Just
Looking good.
movies.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I hit the chat and I was like, I was like, podcast logo titled Just Movies. What else did I say? Oh, I said popcorn pop, candy, and a microphone in the middle. Do it.
Huh.
And it came back, and then the only thing I changed was it had Just Movies again right here. And I said, change that to Man Cave. And it did it. And I'm like, okay. That'll work. We can work with that. Just having fun. All right. So we're talking about cult classics tonight. I'm going to give the definition, and then we'll go around the table and discuss this. So this is the AI definition, because now when you ask a question, it'll have several,
it
but
just
then
brings it up
it'll have a summary.
Yeah.
So this is an AI summary. Cult classic movie is a film that has developed a dedicated and passionate fan base, often outside of mainstream culture, characterized by repeatable viewing, audience participation, a strong community aspect. I don't know about that. That's kind of... these films typically contain transgressive or experimental elements that appeal to a select group of viewers rather than the general public. How do we feel about that last part, the AI's assessment? I always think of cult classics as kind of like they bombed in the theater. I have a simple cult classic is something that bombed in the theater and nobody knew about it. And then it gets discovered on VHS a long time ago, Blu-ray.
Yes.
But now streaming, and all of a sudden buzz goes around about it, and you're like, holy shit, this is a great freaking movie.
A good kind of description is a movie that gets attention from word of the mouth more than marketing.
Exactly.
By far and away, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have some huge favorites that I go, really? This didn't make any... And I'm like, dude, Fight Club, phenomenal. Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
You start to go down the list, and you're like,
Yeah.
I thought that did better. So there's some that you're like, yeah, that bombed. And you're like, how did this bomb? And it's like, well, marketing, Fight Club, they didn't, the studio specifically said they didn't know what the movie was. They didn't know how to market it. They didn't know how to put it out there. It got bad reviews from Siskel and Ebert, who are both passed now, thank God. Thank God for them. That's what I meant. Because if you can't make movies, you might as well be a critic of them.
Here's to Gene and Roger. Yeah. Sure.
Now that I'm thinking about it, is technically kind of going against your point. Obsession can be considered a cult classic because of how that took off and how that is nowadays.
Obsession. Which one's that?
The new one in theaters, the horror movie.
Okay.
Because
Those are kind of. I see what you're saying. Those are kind of interesting to me because it's like the Blair Witch. What was that? 40 grand?
Yeah. And it's like this movie was made for $750,000 and it's made more than $400 million.
Yeah.
Plus.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I think that to me that's not a cult. That's a reverse like a but I see what your point is. Like it's a
it had zero talk about it and then it just became great.
Right. So if it hadn't have blown up in the theater like it has, but then it gained all this traction on streaming and on digital Blu-ray,
DVD.
That's when I would say absolutely cult classic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But because it actually did well in the theaters, I go, I don't, I kind of waver.
To me, it's like anything that made box office receipts that were fairly insignificant.
Yeah.
And now everyone knows them.
Correct.
And now you say it, that was a great movie. You didn't see it in the theater, did you? Nope.
Right.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, case in point, your favorite,
Yeah,
Tron, and then Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
And Tron Legacy did really well in the box office until you incorporate their budget.
Yes.
And then I think they broke even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took them another 20
Maybe.
years
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
15 years to
Yeah,
do Ares.
13. I
13
think.
years to do Ares, and Ares is another one. I really like it. You're so on it,
Yeah. It's like when I'll watch. It's okay.
but it's another one of those ones where what's it do? This is the strange thing for me. Talk about this as well. How well are we doing with the I don't know how to gauge digital anymore. When it goes to these streaming platforms, and you just see that it's like with this Masters of the Universe, right?
Yeah.
It's campy, it's goofy, it's got some good humor in it, meaning that the humor hits,
Yeah.
even though it's totally campy.
Yeah.
And I was reluctant to watch it, and I watched it the other night, and I was like, "This is actually a decent
Not
movie.
bad,
It's not bad. It's you know,
It's not great.
it's not great, but it's got some campy humor that you can go, all right. I laughed out loud a few times. I'm all by myself just watching it, playing on the computer, and I'm like, I laughed out, and I'm like, okay, it bombed in the theaters, right? What it made not next to nothing.
Yeah.
And it's #1 streaming on Prime right now, or it's in the top 2 or 3, and it's killing it.
Yeah.
On Prime in the streaming. I don't know how to gauge that because the #1 thing is you always determine box office by money, how much money you make.
Yeah.
Now they're getting it by streaming, by view counts, and you're like,
That can be skewed in so many different ways because there have been times where when the Rings of Power came out on Amazon, they would have, if somebody watched a show, because that was like the #1 show they were pushing,
yeah,
as soon as that person's show would end, it'd go straight, like not even give you a
That-
10-second, they'd go straight to it and it would count
Yeah.
as a view. And then
Mhm.
also, when that show released, they tried to skew the numbers by purposely stopping because it would usually air live.
yeah,
And it would stop and it would have to make that person black out and go back to it. So that now that counts as 2 views.
Uh-huh.
So they can skew it in so many different
Yes.
ways.
there's 3 or 4 streaming service, whatever my streaming services are, that I try to turn off the auto play of not the next, if I'm watching a series,
Yeah.
but going to a different, and I'll fall asleep to a show, right?
Yeah.
And I'll wake up and it's playing another show. I'm like, I didn't click on this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now you're getting a view off me. And I don't want to watch this.
It's going to screw up your algorithm.
Especially some of the ones that are like, these more woke, or, they push a
Right.
lot of the
Yeah.
CIA, FBI, series.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a few of them that I do like. I like Criminal Minds. I like a few of the other ones. But these straight up just procedural dramas that are pumping up the FBI and how great they are, and pumping up the CIA and how great they are. I'm like, yeah, I'm not into stroking your ego, and I definitely don't want you to autoplay your shit right after I got done watching something I actually wanted to watch. And
Yeah.
sorry, I fell asleep, 20
Right.
minutes before it ended and didn't catch it quick enough.
Oh, no, I had to use the bathroom. Oh, well, next episode's playing.
Exactly. So did we exhaust that with a cult classic? You think it really comes down? And obviously, Glenn and I are the senior members at the table, so we're coming on. Dude, I remember playing with VHS. I remember playing with
Oh yeah.
with laser discs.
Yeah.
And having that stuff, and it's like, has anybody ever seen Robin Williams' Popeye with Shelley
Oh
Duvall?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no clue what that was. Never heard of it. Grandma won that laser disc player on Monopoly at McDonald's, and that was one of the movies. And I'm like, okay, how did this, And I'm watching. I'm like, this is hilarious. And I had no idea who Robin Williams was. I didn't know. I didn't grow up with the Happy Days and Mork and all
Yeah,
that stuff. I
yeah.
didn't grow up with any of that, so it was foreign to me.
Yeah.
This Robin Williams guy, and then you start to dive into his stuff, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You were quiet on that. What do you think? Cult classics to you? What do you like the definition? Anything about the definition you like, or
I like this definition.
okay?
I think a more modern view for someone who's still confused by the definition of cult classic. I feel like a modern take would be a movie that you can meme after meme after
Yeah,
meme.
Oh, that's
yeah.
huge.
Oh yeah.
Because there are so many memes that have come out from
Right.
recent movies in the last 10 years
Yeah.
that have skyrocketed
Yeah.
the
Well,
streams of those movies.
My son never saw Pulp Fiction. We just watched it last week,
Oh my god!
and
Did you reach
he's-
age of consent at
oh,
that point?
he just never bothered to see because it's an old movie. It
Right.
really is
Right.
by industry
Was it
standards.
'94?
Yeah, something like that. And he's like, my gosh, the trove of memes that that are still being made today
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
from that movie.
Oh,
It,
it's amazing. I think that's one of the things to me as a cult classic too. It's the quotability of it.
yes.
Yes.
You know, I got, you know, in here in the sound bites here, I've got specifically, you can see it. I got a Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I got Tropic Thunder, Tombstone. What else is in there?
Oh gosh, you got
Tropic Thunder, The Station.
GMA Creep.
Just
what
the
is
red
that?
ones are the big ones.
Oh yeah.
Big Lebowski.
Tombstone.
Yeah,
Big Lebowski. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those are just and this is a transfer. When I had it over there at that computer, there was like 4 times as much sound bites in here to where we had like 10 pages to go to, and I'm like, dude. But yeah, so I think to me a cult classic, and I'll confess right up, I've never seen it, the whole thing. Rocky,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
yeah, I've never seen it,
We watch it every year.
but it is that when I think of like the extreme absolute cult classics, it's a movie that is so obscure, but people dress up and they go
It's
and watch it and they're
Feed
playing
me,
it out.
Seymour.
it is
Exactly.
the gold standard of cult classic.
Yeah,
It is. It's the definition
Yeah.
of cult classic.
I've seen everything but the whole movie straight through. Like I've seen a clip from
Really?
this, and
Yep.
I've seen Meatloaf, you know, singing this
Yeah.
part, and I've seen all the different things.
Even know the songs.
Dude, I've watched a couple different in the past little documentaries somebody did on
Yeah.
the movie, and like, you know, 20 facts you may have missed about, you know, this, and you go, and I've watched that, but I've never like sat down and just watched it.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
also another thing is like you see Tim Curry and you're like, that's the guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
It's like that's another thing. It's
Right.
like that's how you can tell too.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, yeah, because isn't I'm trying to think of the cast. I should just pull it up over here on my handy dandy computer. But there's a ton of people. Isn't Susan
Susan Sarandon,
Tim Robbins? Is Tim Robbins?
Barry.
I'm trying to think. There's
trying to
a. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Pull it.
While I'm
I
doing
mean,
this.
it's such a classic that the Opera House in Howell.
Oh,
We're,
Yeah.
we're
They
at
do
the
it every
beginning
year?
of August, and to get tickets for the Halloween screening of Rocky Horror, you're already put on a wait list.
Oh,
And you
really?
have to get your tickets for that early
It's-
spring, early summer,
Okay.
because every year they sell that thing out.
It defines cult classic.
So I'll go out on a limb here. Do we need to host our own here a few days before Halloween?
I mean,
here in the man cave.
you'll know I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm going through the list. I'm trying to think of some of the people that I know I saw.
See, this is one of those movies that I was hesitant to watch because everyone and their mom has seen it.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I met and married my wife, she had never seen it. So I was like, oh, let's watch it for the first time. And now, every year,
Every year you got to go.
in the month of October,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple times throughout the year, we'll throw it on and we'll have dinner and the popcorn and the candy. And
Yeah, I was wrong. It wasn't Tim Robbins. I was thinking of.
Richard O'Brien.
Barry Bostwick. That's the guy I was thinking
yeah,
of.
Richard
And then-
O'Brien plays
Oh,
Riff Raff.
And of course, Meatloaf. And
Of course. Yeah.
Huh. interesting.
Nell Campbell. Yeah, there's some crazy. Start clicking on those people and see where their
Yeah.
stuff is. Why did I do that? I didn't click back. There we go. Okay. Who wants to start with their favorite and why? And it could be your couple. You could have a couple favorites, but going with our whatever definition you want. Maybe state that definition, because Tyler likes the. Well, you've already said your Rocky Horror is probably your.
I mean, Rocky Horror is on my list.
Okay.
So,
Glenn, you want to start?
Sure.
You
Yeah.
were feverishly writing over there.
I have to go with a classic. When it came out, it was not a box office moneymaker. Spinal Tap.
Dude.
And
Hell yeah.
that to me is one of the funniest movies of all time. But the other thing too,
Only if you turn up to
whole-
11.
Yeah, right. But the whole group of actors from that movie
Yeah.
kind of morphed into. They did 2 other movies too, and I'm not sure. I don't think it was the same director because Rob Reiner did Spinal Tap.
Right.
But there was another movie called Best in Show, It was another mockumentary about dog shows and stuff like that. Absolutely hilarious. And then A Mighty Wind, which was about the folk groups in the 60s. And it was the same actors
idea.
and
same
a mockumentary. And so that kind of spawned, not really sequels, but kind of the genre of the quote unquote mockumentary.
They say that movie is the first one to do a mockumentary type and nail it. Like the first one to do it, and they nailed it, and it spawned all these. And there were several musicians that were pissed off because they thought it was really mocking them hardcore. And
Which
then
it was.
And then there was a bunch of other people that thought they had to double check to see if it was a real band because they didn't know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's your number one?
That's probably that's my number one
Your go-to?
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Any other notable ones before we?
There's one that was, it starred Weird Al Yankovic and Michael Richardson, UHF.
Oh, I remember UHF.
UHF.
Oh, yeah.
That was a box office dud, but a funny movie.
Okay.
It was all about back, before cable and all this, where you actually had a TV with a dial.
Right.
You had, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Kids don't even know what UHF is.
And then
Like
you
the
had
term.
the UHF, the secondary dial, which
Yeah.
was like, if you remember Channel 50 in Detroit,
Oh, hell yeah.
WKBD, Channel 50, they showed Star Trek like 7 days a week. And, but UHF was about a little TV station in a city where they were just doing anything they could just to stay on the air. It's a genuinely hilarious movie.
Yeah.
Michael Richards from Seinfeld
Yep.
just it probably at his best in that thing. Just absolutely hilarious.
Nice.
I love that movie.
Now, does that one have? Do you know if that has built a following over the years, or if that's just one that you're in your category?
I haven't heard of it personally, so
I know people
Okay.
that have heard of it and seen it, but they're few and far between, which is why I classify it as a cult movie.
Okay.
Because it's like hidden. It's a hidden little gem. But when you connect with somebody that hears about one of those, it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
but
Oh,
That's a favorite.
Barron is saying the Boondock Saints.
oh yeah.
That's
Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
That's gotten a following after.
Absolutely. Well, enough of a following. I love the ones that have such a. Hey, Scott. I love the ones that have enough of a following that it spawns the sequel. It builds up enough flow.
yeah,
I mean, Kevin Smith has made his whole career out of that.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
The first movie, Clerks,
Clerks, yeah.
shot in the store he worked in, shot after hours in black and white, with next to no money, with all of his buddies, and
It took off.
took off. No one. Christian, what's your first one at least, and then see where your list is at.
So top, you already mentioned it before, was Tron, and that's just, if you think about it nowadays, like, we would not have the CGI we have without the innovation from that movie itself.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
What it did during that time,
Mhm.
it almost was all purely CGI.
was it? How well did Tron though do
I
at
don't
the
think
box
it,
office?
I don't think it did very well. I don't think I wasn't
I-
alive.
I
of
don't.
course, but
Oh, shut up! Quit bragging. I don't think it was a blockbuster, but I think it did okay.
I think
I want to say that it didn't because
I don't think it did.
that was a few couple years where Disney really screwed the pooch.
Yeah,
They
tried
lost money on
something
the Black Hole and
Yeah,
one
yeah.
other one, and Tron,
new. Yeah,
where they didn't perform, or they didn't perform enough. Because that's always the interesting thing to me. I really liked Solo Story.
Mhm.
I thought it was a really good movie. I didn't think it was phenomenal,
yeah,
but I thought it was a good Star Wars movie.
yeah.
But because they had to fire the original directors and bring in Ron Howard and do all these reshoots and do all this other stuff, the budget ballooned so much that its $430 million box office didn't even break even
Yeah.
because of their budget. Not because if they would have stuck to the original, I think it was $180 million budget,
Mhm.
430, that breaks even.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not making money, but you're
That's
breaking even and
insane.
everything's covered.
Yeah.
And you're like, and it was too quick from the previous Star Wars It was only like 6
Yeah, it
months
was
or
like
7
right
months.
after, was it Rogue One?
No, it was after.
Last Jedi, I think.
Yeah, and there was
Yep.
backlash from that, from people not liking the Last Jedi. But that's one that I go, man. And then you find out it's like you look at it and see, well, it made money, but then yeah, the budget just wiped it all out. That's the interesting thing to me.
Yeah.
To factor in. I'm looking up Tron.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider the second one really cult classic more than the first. That's why I didn't really put Legacy, but Legacy is my favorite movie of all time.
Right. Okay, so according to this, according to Box Office Mojo, it had a $17 million budget and made $33 million worldwide. So typically, studios get 40% of the total gross.
Yeah.
After that's usually how it pans out, is about 40%.
And then you also got to
marketing,
add marketing.
and a lot of times that includes marketing. That's why it's the 40%. But you're right. It could be sometimes the marketing.
Yeah.
They don't like to tell you how much money they spent on the marketing. That's
Usually
why
nowadays it's 100 to 200 million.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what-
yeah. Well, I remember when it came out, it wasn't a blockbuster, like I said, but
Right.
it wasn't
A bomb.
it wasn't a bomb.
Right.
So,
Right. Okay.
but yeah, you're spot on about the technology development from that movie.
Yeah,
The-
and it just yeah.
We
that
gotta
was one
think
of those leading edge movies.
Think of all the themes from Tron that have shown up in all of the future video games.
Yeah, it's influential in many ways than just one. It's
Mhm.
not just the movies, but as you said, the games too. It's like I'm wearing a shirt from one of my favorite games that featured Tron because it's a Disney game.
Correct.
So it's like it does multiple things.
Isn't that's another one that's interesting is where movies bomb at the box office, but their merchandise is incredible. Who was I talking? I was talking with the guys at the job site. I said, "Did you realize that Waterworld has made more money off of the Universal attraction down in Orlando than it ever made in the theaters because of budget?
Yeah.
Because it ballooned and went way over budget.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland, is that got a feature or ride it?
Yeah, that Tomorrowland. I
that
think
was first. The ride was first.
Yeah, the ride was first.
Yeah.
They made a movie, and that movie actually is what killed Tron, the sequel to Legacy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because it
that
bombed,
bombed so
and
hard.
the studio got
Yeah,
scared.
they got scared and canceled
Yep.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Tron's your first go to.
Yeah.
What's the second?
Super Troopers.
Oh, that's
one of the best
dude.
comedies.
And that's another one that's there's only like a few lines from Tron that
Yeah.
like off the top of my, one I'll say every once in a while I'll go, it didn't even change the name, man. That's one of my lines. Or they repeated it in Legacy. It's like, that is a really big door.
Yeah. When he's opening the
Exactly, because the first one he's standing there and he's bridges his
waiting for it.
fidget,
Yeah,
and
he's waiting for it.
Man, this is a really big door. And there's a few other ones in there, but Super Troopers has got a ton.
You could just quote the whole movie.
Exactly. You could sit at a table with a group of people that are like real big fans of it and just start going through scene after scene.
Evil
It's
shenanigans.
almost like one of those rite of passage movies where if you get together with guys, you better have seen it.
Dude.
Otherwise, you're going to be...
Do you test guys? Do you test them? You look over them and you go, littering and, and if they don't go, smoking the reefer. I'll do that every once in a while. I'll do the whole thing, and I'll look over and somebody will go, oh, officer, that's not mine, or that's not ours.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Dude, that movie is incredible. There's a few other ones that are a little bit more racy on a Sunday night. Bear fucker.
Yeah. How you doing, Matt? Good enough to your mother.
That is a rite of passage one. You got one more on there. Do you want to mention it? Or?
Yeah, I actually thought of another one too, but Blazing Saddles is a good
yeah.
one. I don't know how that did in the theaters.
All
I
right,
don't know.
let's look it up.
But
That's such a great movie.
yes, but it's
You have to
so
almost
funny.
be careful and say that you watched it and you like it now because,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about, an affront to political correctness.
Dude,
My
an absolute. I mean, that thing is. without a doubt, one of the. You think Tropic Thunder nowadays? You know,
Oh.
in 2008
That's
was
tame.
Push the line.
Tame to Blazing
Does
Saddles.
not compare.
Where
Yeah,
the white
Hey.
women at?
Yeah. Oh,
and you know what?
boys.
It's I want to say
The sheriff
Richard
is a...
Pryor
Up yours.
insisted on all of the racist remarks in there. He loved it, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
interviews where he's just like, "What's wrong with it?"
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, crazy." You know,
I mean, any Mel Brooks movie.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein. Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
I mean,
History of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
Spaceballs. is-
Space
yeah,
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I mean, he nails it every single time.
okay. So we can't, by our definition, consider this a
It's
cult
not-
classic
Yeah.
because it made 119, almost 120 million dollars at the box office on
At-
a $2.6 million budget.
Ooh. That's
And-
pretty.
And
That's
that
pretty
was
good.
what,
Look at that.
1974?
It says
Oh.
it is 46.1 times the production budget.
I mean, that's a
That's
pretty
nice.
That's a
good
nice
tell.
return.
Yeah.
That'll give you some cash to make Spaceballs.
Yeah. What about Willy Wonka? That was the movie I thought of. The first
Oh.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Willy
I
Wonka.
think that would be considered a cult classic.
In fact, I listened to throughout the day today. I listened to two different little quick cult classic movies, like they did their top 20s or whatever. And I was surprised Willy Wonka was in there
Yeah.
because I never thought of it. And they said Willy Wonka. The thing about it was that it's got this huge following on TV.
Mhm.
I remember watching it for the first time on TV, and it was on. It was like Star Wars and a couple of the other ones where they were always on once a year, a couple times a year, and I didn't realize until they were saying it, like it didn't do well in the box office,
Yeah.
but it had this huge following, replaying it on TV.
I remember actually going to a movie theater. My aunt took me and my cousins to go see that.
Okay,
And I remember in school, all the kids that I talked to were like, "Oh yeah, I went and saw it. So I'd be a little amazed if it didn't do well at the box office.
all right, then be amazed.
Oh,
$2.2 million, and they're not even showing the budget there.
budget.
Yeah.
oh
All
my!
right, so I'm gonna look it up on the numbers
Oh
and see
my!
what.
So unless it was made for less than $1 million, then yeah, that's no bueno.
Exactly. All right. So we looked up Blazing Saddles. See, this is why I like the numbers. I was telling you
Yeah.
before the show started because the numbers they'll
Show the budget.
Yeah. Look, they've even got on
DVD
Blazing
sales.
Saddles. They've got DVD, Blu-ray
Yeah.
sales.
I got the steelbook for that one. I found it at what is it? Barnes and Noble.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Barnes and Noble's a good place to find steelbooks.
Nice. Willy
That's
Wonka.
amazing.
I had to buy it because, like, you watch it on Netflix, it's got the sensitivity warnings,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
they take
yeah.
jokes. As he said, they
Right,
take
yeah,
jokes out.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
It
Yeah,
may
you're like-
offend you. It's
Yeah.
only going to affect white liberal women, but yeah, it's but
What? Do I have
and
to
then
do the whole-
Spaceballs. I gotta
Yeah.
Spaceballs. One of the best lines in movie history. I'm half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. Oh, I love that.
dude.
That is the best.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm curious how this new one's going to be because we don't have
Chris Farley.
Well, no, that was
No, that was John Candy.
Oh, John Candy.
John
yeah.
Candy. Yeah.
We don't have John Candy.
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. Yeah, but Bob's
Yeah.
his son's coming in. Bob
Right.
Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be curious. Okay, so Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. They're showing a domestic of 5.7.
Okay, I gotta ask.
But
Okay.
where is the budget?
What? Let-
3 million.
Let's compare the sequel. How did the sequel, or not sequel? I mean the remake
Oh, there's
with
the budget.
Johnny Depp. How
Okay,
did that do?
so the budget's 3 million. So it made back 1.9 times its production budget, meaning it broke even.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly broke
Yeah.
even. Okay, so I'll look up.
Man, that's the Wayback Machine for me.
I wonder
Oh
if
my
it has
gosh.
the other one in there.
The
Yeah, it does right there. Charlie and the Chocolate
Oh,
Factory. I can
okay.
jump right to it.
Johnny Depp.
Which I have to say is one of my fave
Actors?
little fave
Guilty
little-
pleasure movie.
guilty pleasure cult movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Which, Willy Wonka? Or
Charlie and the
Charlie.
Chocolate
Charlie
Factory.
and the Chocolate Factory? I just, you know what I didn't like about it?
It was weird just enough.
the
It
little
was-
the little midget dude that they like cloned him.
Yes,
so
yes,
every
yes.
single one. I liked the fat little Oompa Loompas, and they were unique because I was steeped in the Star Wars lore, right?
Yeah.
So when you go back from Return of the Jedi, which I was born in 72, okay, Willy Wonka was 71, but you go back after watching Return of the Jedi and you know all the lore of them hiring all of these little people, let alone Kenny Baker being R2D2 and Wicket getting the job, or I'm drawing a blank on his name. The kid, he was like 11 when he got the job to be Wicket, the Ewok.
Oh. I don't know.
He was in Willow. Anyways,
Oh.
once I saw that,
Peter Dinklage?
No.
so then I went back and I'm like, the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I'm seeing all these little people, and I'm like, awesome, look at that. And then you go back even further, and you're like, Wizard of Oz, and they had the Lollipop Guild, and you have got all these, you know, and I'm like, dude,
Warwick Davis.
Yeah. And you got all these really cool little people getting these badass roles. I think Peter Dinklage is one of, no matter his height, he's
awesome.
top notch
He's a
fucking
great
actor.
He was the best actor in Game of Thrones.
He was,
without a doubt.
His expressions and how he handled stuff and the mockery right there.
He's an angry elf.
Oh, dude,
that's
a phenomenal one.
Could that be?
Say it one more time. He goes off on him, dude. I get more leg than you, and he's just.
Could that be?
He was
considered
by far the best.
A cult classic. Elf. Did that fail in the box office?
Well,
I don't know, because that could have been when Will Ferrell was like really big.
I want to
that
say
has
Elf
a
did pretty
huge
good.
post-release following. People play that every Christmas.
Every Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory did significantly well. We have not significantly. Total, it was $475 million return off $150 million box office. So it did 3.2 times its production budget.
Yeah.
That movie had a $150 million budget.
Well, dude,
holy cow!
When you think about the CGI,
put that in for inflation nowadays. How much do you think that is?
Yeah.
Adjusted for inflation, sometimes they put that in here.
See, what it's also not showing is that Wonka did a release, or Nestle Wonka did a release of chocolate bars when this movie came out. So how much money did they make off of?
I think I remember
about
that.
merchandise, dude.
Because you got the golden ticket opportunity with
Yeah.
the lifetime supply of chocolate that they did at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, how much money are they making from?
What was the one?
And I think people that saw the original said, "I'm going to take my kids to go see this one."
Oh yeah.
You know,
thinking it would be.
thinking that it would be.
I think it was. Wasn't it like portrayed as a sequel? Like people thought it was going to be a sequel to where it was like Charlie from the first one taking over, and this was like a long sequel after that.
That's the way, because it was titled Charlie and not
Yeah.
Willy Wonka. They didn't realize it was like a.
Well, the original book was called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
So that's why they went with the title, and it was Tim Burton.
Yeah, yeah,
But there was confusion on that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I always, when I was growing up, I used to think it was a sequel.
Charlie and
Charlie and
Yeah.
the Chocolate
No,
Factory.
it was
Right. Yeah.
And I always got them confused too. Willy Wonka and Charlie, I just like, I don't care.
Exactly. What was the other one we were just saying?
Elf.
Elf. That's right. Elf. That's easy to type in.
Apparently not easy to find.
Apparently there's other ones. Okay, so that one had a production budget of 32.
No, that did pretty good.
Yeah, it did 7.3.
Yeah, that did a pretty good penny.
7.3 million times, or 7.3 times its production budget. So
That's what I was thinking, because
Yeah.
it was when Will Ferrell was
pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think we're up to you, Tyler. Number one that your favorite cult classic, buddy.
We've talked about a few. I mean, we've talked about Rocky Horror. We've talked about.
Is Rocky Horror your number one?
Rocky Horror is on there. It's not my number one. My number one has to be Grease.
Oh.
Okay. I'm looking up
really?
the numbers. I'm looking up the numbers.
Oh,
Getting into musicals.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror and Grease.
Yeah.
Is that EA?
Mm-hmm.
Because Grease is the word.
Grease is the word.
Grease is the word.
I had some great high school dates.
Um,
Taking girls to Greece. I
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
I'm giving my age
Take
away.
flight in the car.
I can't. Guys, we got to take a vote on this. The remaining three at the table. Grease had a $6 million budget and grossed $394 million worldwide. So it made 65 times its budget, so we
Yeah,
can't.
no, I don't think that's.
I don't think that
That's not
qualifies
a-
as a cult classic.
No.
All right.
That's
Oh man.
Dude, I don't want to.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll throw out.
But being that you're a young man,
Yeah.
it may seem
Yeah.
like a cult classic to you.
Right.
yeah.
So
I got one.
we'll give the
Yeah.
asterisk on that.
What about
Age discrimination.
my second
aside.
one was Casablanca.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I thought Casablanca did really well, but it could be wrong. We're gonna have to make this a. I did Casablanca with a K.
Gambling going on. I'm shocked.
I'm sure.
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
It made 10 times its budget.
Frankly, my dear.
Casablanca did 10 million worldwide, but it only cost $1 million to make it, and that was back then.
It made a good penny.
Good
Yeah.
penny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back then. And I'm not seeing the adjusted for inflation, but
Huh.
it would be. That's the crazy thing. What is it? Gone with the Wind, adjusted for inflation, was like a multi-billion-dollar gross or something
Yeah.
like that. It's crazy. Okay,
No.
next one.
Tommy Boy.
Fucking did Tommy Boy didn't do that good?
I want to say
I'm
Tommy
gonna-
Boy
I'm gonna
did not
check.
do that good.
Okay. Because that's another rite of
Speak.
passage, man. That's
Oh yeah.
holy shnikes. Let's see here. Domestic box office for Tommy Boy, 32 million. And where's it? There's the
It says inflation adjustment domestic box office
it's
at
84
84
million.
million.
Okay.
This is not giving me the budget.
Huh.
Therefore, I can't compare it.
If it made 34, it doesn't seem like it'd be a movie that cost that much.
No,
Right.
it was
No.
one of what
Right.
Farley's. Was that his first?
I don't think it was his
First
first, but
to
I think it was
star?
his his first big coming out.
I'm saying
kinda
Yeah.
his first where he's the lead.
Maybe.
Was Black Sheep before Tommy Boy?
That was after.
That's a
Or was
good
that
question.
after?
That's the one I was thinking
They
of.
sell them as a box set and consider it somewhat of a sequel,
Right.
like a loose, like a what would you say? When you have a team of actors that do another movie, it may be a totally different movie, but it's
Yeah.
considered like
Mm-hmm.
the same group of guys, like Broken Lizard
Yeah.
group, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those guys. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can get Tommy Boy
Budget.
Budget. Tommy Boy budget. There's the numbers.
Not
Doesn't
seeing
show
it
it. No,
either.
it doesn't show it. $20 million budget,
Okay.
according to the Wikipedia, CIA-pedia. It grossed 32 million on a $20 million budget, so it did not make a ton of money
Yeah.
in its theatrical release because it would have had to have gotten close to 40 million.
Kind of
For the-
broke even.
yeah,
Yeah,
for the
you
broke
really got
even.
You really
Yeah.
got to get
So yeah, that can be
twice
considered
your
cult
okay.
classic.
Ding ding ding. That passes.
Yeah.
Good job. What else? Oh, yeah, I see what you got on there. I see what you have written. I'm already looking it up.
Yeah. You.
I'm cheating off your page.
Now this is one for the table. Would John Wick constitute as a cult classic?
Ooh.
Because the first
The
one was
first
kind of
one,
like
yes, not the rest of the
touching.
series.
The rest of them were just a springboard effect. From
Yeah,
the first one.
4 especially just made a crap ton of money. I love that one.
And now it has a spin-off series.
And
The
that
ballerina.
They just finished
that-
Kane, the movie,
Yeah.
the spin-off movie.
Ballerina bombed.
I actually like that movie.
I'm trying to remember if I watched it. I thought
Someone-
I did.
Anna de Armas.
Yeah,
One of my
know who it is.
friends who went and saw it said it needed more John Wick.
That was the thing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
He was in it. He was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Did anybody? I couldn't make it through the series, not because it wasn't good, but it wasn't captivating. But I couldn't make it through the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Spin-off.
I
Did
didn't.
you
I
make it
never
through the
watched
hotel
that.
or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it?
It's, you could almost say it's just one big long movie when you get into
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like just pure continuation.
Yeah.
And it's almost like if you watched 1, you've just seen a little bit of it, and then you
Continental-
can watch
the
2, and then
Yeah.
Continental.
the
I just
Continental.
never. I
Yes.
never got in. Like, I love the movies, but I never cared about like how they got to be at the hotel manager. It's like
If you're
what made those characters were the actors. Lance Reddick as the hotel bellhopper,
phenomenal.
rest his soul.
Yes.
And then what's his name as the hotel manager?
Yeah.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
He's what those guys are what made those characters great.
Yeah, absolutely. First introduction to him, why we drawing a blank on his name, is Deadwood.
Deadwood, yes.
Oh my goodness, dude! And he was so rank in that, so just
The thing about
Deadwood was so rank.
not a movie, but I know that Deadwood.
They did do a movie, but yeah, go.
The language, the dialogue in there, used the word F-U-C-K so much. It's
it got overboard.
did they really talk like that in the Old West? That was my,
Yeah, you contrast that with Tombstone, to where they had all these colorful insults.
Yes,
that didn't have to be.
And Deadwood was like, people just talking on the street today. I didn't like that. It was like sloppy dialogue.
It's like the Odyssey.
I will say this: I do know this for a fact that when the Welsh revival hit, back in the mid 1800s, I want to say it was the mid 1800s, and a lot of the miners, got saved, went to church, got saved and clean up their act, right? They had to retrain all of the mules that they used in the mines because they were used to so many cuss words that the mules didn't respond if you didn't,
Yeah. The mules were going,
the mules
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it's like some of the best trained German shepherds are trained in German, and then you have to learn the few German phrases.
That's what we did with our German rock.
So you have to learn the few German phrases that they'll respond to because they're trained better in that language. You're like, what? It's like you could take a kid from anywhere, drop them into a different culture that speaks a different language, and they'll grow up speaking that language as if it's their native tongue and have no issue with it. So I wonder that too. It's like, were they doing that? And then I go, but if you were in 1800s Ireland or Scotland, dropping F-bombs was that's what we used to say on a lot on the regular show. But is that people say, excuse my French. I'm like, that's not French, that's Anglo-Saxon, and they don't consider those bad words or it's just part of their vernacular.
Mm-hmm. But you brought up a real good point. In Tombstone, that movie was loaded with a lot of appropriate for the day phrases and metaphors and all of that. They did. And it's like, I'm thinking the writers were a little sloppy and lazy for Deadwood. That's just my 2 cents.
It could be. It could be. You're going to get a Joe Pesci feel on anything but Home Alone, because that's the way Joe Pesci talks. Yeah. Is just dropping F-bombs and, that's how he talks. You're not going to get away from it.
But those characters that he plays, it fits.
It does. But you're right.
Deadwood, I don't know.
You know what? The one that bothered me more than anything, less than the F-bombs, was the just constantly saying cocksucker.
Yeah,
that cocksucker.
That too.
I was like, all right.
Did they really say that?
When you use words selectively, and it has more of an impact. Mm-hmm. Versus just constant. And in fact, I use colorful language, cuss words. That's part of our normal disclaimer. But I have turned to a few other people and I go, you'd have about a third of the words you say if you drop the F word out of your vocabulary, because it wasn't using it, and I've done the definition before. I'm like, it's Anglo-Saxon, and it literally means to pound up against, which then also means to have sex or the sexual act. So, and they've done the thing where they use it as an acronym that never was real. Fornication under consent of the king or something like that. Right. But the idea of, there is some lineage in the Anglo-Saxon language of where that comes from. But when you use it, it's like when I'm using it, I tend to want to use it as emphasis. Mm-hmm. I want to use it just like I would use, that's any other adjective or something like that, and not just overuse it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And so in these movies, it's like if you're using it as part of emphasis or that vernacular and it fits that moment, but if you're just, you just rewatch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's the same with the N-word in Pulp Fiction, right? Were
Yeah.
they using it gratuitously, or were they using it when you listen to the dialogue and look at it? You're like, they're using it throughout the dialogue with pretty much appropriate usage throughout it. Same way with the F words, you know?
Right.
And so it's like,
Yeah, it's appropriate for the period in which that movie takes place.
correct. But the Deadwood was over the. I thought it was gratuitous. I thought it was over the top.
Yeah.
And it's like you have more opportunity to use better dialogue, and instead you defaulted to vulgarity.
What's the actor's name again that plays in John Wick and was in Deadwood?
I have to look him up.
Gosh, he's a good actor too.
Yeah.
He
Very
really
good.
is.
His
Well, look at him.
introduction to me was in Agent Cody Banks. Do you
Really?
remember that movie?
I don't remember him in
I
it.
know my
He
kids.
Wow.
plays the villain
I know my kids watched it, but
in
That's-
one of the Agent Cody Banks
what about
movies.
what about the
Wasn't he in
Pirates?
Pirates?
Of the
I was
Caribbean?
about to say, he was Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's
Oh,
Captain.
he's in Pirates of the
Blackbeard.
Caribbean 4.
Yeah, he was in Blackbeard.
Yeah, yeah. Why am I looking up? You know what? What's easier is Deadwood. Let's see what that pulls me up. There we go. Timothy. You know who I really liked out of that one was Timothy Oliphant.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's kind of underrated.
Yeah. Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
Nobody could think of it.
Ah!
Ian McShane, dude. Ian McShane. Yeah, he's been in. Let's look up him and
For 25 bonus points, name that actor.
Ian McShane. He's been. Oh, he's in Kung Fu Panda. I didn't know that. Of course, he was in Ballerina. Of course, he's in. Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff. I want to know what his first, because the first time I ever saw him
Hellboy.
was. Yeah, Professor Broom. Yeah. He did one episode of Game of Thrones. Why am I forgetting that?
That's like what's Finnegan? Something Finnegan is in the new season of House of the Dragon because he played Chibs in Sons of Anarchy. It's like I know him; he's great, but he's given like 0 lines.
Yeah, little role. Okay, he's got a lot of these
Columbo.
smaller, because I didn't know who he was until he's in Deadwood. And I'll tell you what, by the time you watch Deadwood, he's got to be 45, 50
Yeah, there you
in
go.
that
Agent
movie.
Cody Banks.
Brinkman, that's who he plays in Agent Cody
Twilight
Banks.
Zone?
Is that where it was? Brinkman. Okay. Yeah, when was Deadwood? Right there. From 2004 to 2006.
Shrek
Yeah.
the Third. Oh, he's Captain Hook.
Nice.
He's in Hot Rod?
Yeah, what do you do there? Frank Powell.
Frank Powell.
Okay.
That's another great cult classic.
Golden Compass.
That bombed.
Coraline. He was in Coraline.
Death Race. Was that the combo? Death Race and no, that was a different one. What was the two back-to-back ones that Tarantino did?
Oh.
Death House or Death
No, it was Grindhouse.
Grindhouse, and this is why we have the internet.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Snow White and the Huntsman. Forgot about that.
Jack the Giant Slayer.
Oh my God, Hercules! I remember when that movie came out.
Did that bomb?
That bombed hard. That
Hard.
was The Rock trying to
That
like,
was rough.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he shows up with Winston in the first John Wick. Excellent. You know, that go back to that. If you're watching John Wick for character development, you're watching
Watching
it
the
for
wrong
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is I want to see Keanu Reeves after having practiced and trained for 6 months do a flawless, almost no cuts. You know,
Yeah.
what was John Wick 4 when they're doing it through the glass? Is that the glass or was that 3? Where they're going through the museum?
I think
That's three.
that's 3. 'cause
3.
4 was
Isn't that with Donnie?
no, that's 4.
That's 4.
That's 4. Because the 4th one, everybody talked about the staircase scene and how he would go up and go back down, and
Yeah.
it'd be like real time. Like he would have to do that,
Yes.
like continuously.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That was the thing is they practiced and practiced and practiced and then had to they're like, okay, we get one shot at this
Yeah.
because of all the broken glass and all the other things that were going on. So they had to like practice.
That was like
practice,
with
practice, and then
the 3rd one with the dogs. The two dogs with what's her face's
Yes.
character?
Yes.
Halle Berry.
Halle
Yeah.
Berry's character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she had the two dogs, and it's like you gotta have that perfect too.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And those dogs were trained.
And dogs
like
crunching
that.
nuts, crunching people's nuts in there is you get one shot at nut crunching.
I mean, there's a scene in John Wick 4 where he jumps. It's right before the staircase scene. The stuntman on the first take, he jumps out of like the 4th or 5th floor, hits a bus, and then hits the pavement.
Okay.
Broke all the ribs on this side of his body. He was in the hospital for 2 days. The first thing he did when he got out of the hospital was they did a retake on that scene, and he nailed it.
With the broken ribs.
And the director ended up keeping the first take.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's cruel.
Dude. That's some hardcore shit. So we covered Tropic Thunder and Tommy Boy.
I
Right.
thought of one that
What?
I used to watch all the time when it was on TV because of my parents. Wild Hogs.
Oh, that's such a
Wild
good movie.
Hogs. But dude, that had Travolta, William H. Macy, who the other two?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Yes. Yeah. It was like,
And
and who's the fourth?
The
Martin?
You had the nerdy,
Martin. Yeah.
Steve?
No.
No, not Steve.
Martin.
The black guy.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
wanna
was that
ride,
a failure
man.
or no?
Was it? Wild Hogs.
I think it was.
See, my parents took me to the theaters to see that.
Huh.
Because my parents loved
I just
John
don't know how
Travolta.
much it made.
It made $253 million on a $60 million budget.
Oh yeah, good.
It made
okay.
four times its budget back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great movie, though.
Yeah. I could
Great
quote
movie.
that. It's the golden night.
I like it when he has the mustard and the ketchup.
Oh yeah.
What was the other one we were gonna? What was the other one? We looked up Tropic Thunder.
Thunder.
I thought I covered that one.
Inglorious Bastards I had on there.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Ooh, I want to say Inglorious.
See, I got all this sugar in front of me now. I'm having a problem.
See, we're just like at the movie theater. Inglorious Bastards, $316 million on a $70 million box. It made four and a half times back its budget.
Okay.
So there's some good ones. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna look mine up here as I'm trying to talk. Fight Club.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
So Fight Club, 101 worldwide on a $65 million budget. So 1.6 times its budget.
Broke even.
Well, you really got to hit two times your
Yeah,
Yeah,
budget
you got to hit two.
to break
Yeah.
even. So that's why it's considered a bomb. That would be one of my absolute favorite cult classics because
It's one of my favorite movies, period. Mm.
it's
The
incredible.
dialogue. And I mentioned this
Oh,
last time. The
yeah.
dialogue, if you just listen
Yes.
to what those characters say, oh, it's some of the best dialogue.
When I've got a couple buddies, real small group, like my buddy Tony up north, that we'll look at each other and go, "You got some fucked up friends."
Right.
We'll just say that to each other periodically. Especially if I'll be like around him and I'll hanging around with him or he's hanging around with me and one of us will look at each other in reference to one of the people and we'll go, "You got some fucked up friends, man," and I go, and then one of us will turn and we'll go, "I am Jack's complete lack of surprise." What are you doing? Let's say you've got an individual.
That narration was great.
He's phenomenal. The person who left that in the copier, this might be somebody you work with on a regular basis. You don't know that they might come through your office with an AR. And he starts saying it. He's like, dude, you're just like, or maybe not bring me everything to find the fucking copier,
And then he's whistling, carting his stuff
Dude,
out.
I love
We
it.
now have corporate sponsorship.
Have you ever looked at anybody who goes, "Is that blood on your shirt? Or is that blood on your shirt?" Maybe. Go home and clean yourself up. Dude, there's so many lines in that.
Oh,
So many lines.
that's the best
Oh, why'd you
dialogue.
hit me in the ear? Oh, I fucked it up. No, it was perfect. Bam. Can I be next?
Good stuff.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so Fight Club. I think there's a few other ones but I would have to. It'd be kind of like with Tyler having to double check the box office now
Mhm.
to make sure. But those the Warriors.
Ooh.
Scott's chiming in with the
Ooh.
Warriors. The Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite 70s cult classics.
I'm out to play.
Yep, there you go.
The only reason I hate that is because the Patriots tried to use that against the Seahawks and it didn't
79?
work out too well. Mac
Yeah.
Collins decided to open his mouth.
All right, 1979. That had a $22 million box office, worldwide box office, and it's not showing me the budget.
The budget had to be low on that one.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
All right, I'm gonna try to look it up over here. The Warriors, 1979.
Can you dig it?
All right, let's see if it's gonna give me that. Gross 22. They're not showing the budget. Gross 22 million. Let's see what it says. It grossed 22 million worldwide and received negative reviews from critics and its lack of realism and dialogue. Initial screening of the film with vandalism, murder, blah blah blah. What are you looking at, Glenn?
It is considered a cult film.
There, it's right there in blue.
In Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia considers it a
So it's fact.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
resource
It's
for
real.
everything?
yeah. Scott, cult film. Ding 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 ding.
Plus 1 point.
Plus 1 point.
Hey, I got one.
You got one. I think Fight Club's my big go-to.
Mm.
There's a few other ones that have bombed that I thought were really. I'll tell you a recent one, but because there's things that I'll watch and I'll go, that was a really good movie, but it's not a cult classic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with
Well,
you
it's
with
like-
Tron. I'm with you with Tropic Thunder.
Well,
and
it's
some
like
of
when
these
you think of movies nowadays.
Super Trooper.
Like, movies could bomb in the theaters nowadays, and you could like it.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a while for it to be called a cult classic. So that's where
Correct.
you're like,
Yeah.
can I consider this right now
Yeah.
or no?
Well, and I would have to say
Right.
Willy Wonka would be in my category then,
Yeah.
because I didn't realize it didn't make. Because I saw it. I
Yeah.
saw it as a kid on TV, and I'm like, this must be a popular movie because I'm seeing it once or twice a year. What were you gonna say?
A good example of that is Kevin Hart. His movies bomb in the box office, but he has such a following,
Yeah.
one could consider a cult following, that the back end that he's getting from all of his movies, I mean, the dude has done how many movies in the last
Yeah.
15
Especially
years?
with The Rock.
And he's almost,
Yeah.
I mean, he wants to be Hollywood's first billionaire actor.
Right.
I mean, that's his ultimate
That's
goal
his
in life,
goal.
is to hit $1 billion.
Scott's reminding me of A Clockwork Orange, so let's go there
Oh.
and let's do this. Let's do this right now. I'm hoping that I can get this picture to work out right. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see if we can do it. Well, I have a button here somewhere. I'm looking for it.
See, Clockwork Orange is a movie I've wanted to watch for a long time.
I
but
haven't
I've
watched it.
never gotten around to.
Yeah, I
Let's
haven't
try
watched
that.
it yet
Does
either.
that
All the
work?
girls in the audience are saying,
There.
yeah, all guys have a problem finding the button.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Doo-doom-tsh.
So here's the problem. I have to manually now, since I did that, I have to manually switch to this, and then okay. So now you're seeing it. Now I go back to this. All right. So this is Scott just said in my ear, A Clockwork Orange. That is the #1 considered cult classic film of all time.
Wow.
And we'll just go through these. We'll assume that they're going by budgets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thoughts
It's
on
definitely not
Clockwork?
going by score. It's definitely not going by score.
No.
Correct. No, I think
Right.
they're going by.
How badly it failed.
It
but how
doesn't
much it's
say what
talked
their
about.
criteria is. And this is updated 15 years ago, so I don't know how.
It could probably do like
Yeah,
critics versus audience, because usually that could be considered kind of like that, along with budget and
right.
But when that came out, I remember as a kid when that movie came out, there was a controversy whether it should be rated R or X at the time,
Absolutely.
and that was the big thing. And I don't think it got anywhere near the box office that
No.
it should have. So
No. right? That they thought it was going to be an X.
Yeah,
spit on your
they
grave?
wanted to,
All right. So as I'm scrolling through these, maybe you guys look up budgets or whatever if we want to, if we really care. All right. So obviously number 2, Pulp Fiction. We've discussed that
Yeah.
one.
oh yeah.
Not a surprise.
Yeah. Number 3, Fight Club.
Mhm.
This number 4 was a surprise to me.
That
Yeah,
that is
okay,
a
well,
surprise.
That Kill Bill's in
Yeah.
there. Because I think of that one as being,
Tarantino has 3 of the top 5. My gosh.
of course, yeah.
Oh,
And all of his movies. I mean, Reservoir Dogs. I thought I had this. So we're talking about steelbooks. There was at one point I had the Reservoir Dogs, like it was this big like collector's edition Reservoir Dogs, and you opened it up and it had this and had that, and I think it had the like a book of Mr. White, Mr. Black, Mr. Pink, or whatever all their names were. Interesting fact about that one, or interesting thing I listened to this week. There's a guy who put together, I'll have to go back in my history and send it to you guys. You'll like it. The character from Pulp Fiction that Steve Buscemi plays.
Mhm.
He goes through the whole thing from that. He goes, the reason he's there playing Buddy Holly's because he's hiding out because he was Mr. Pink or whatever he was in this movie, and then he had to hide out in this movie, and then he culminates it all with him being in Billy Madison, and he's going to execute
my
all the people that have
gosh.
wronged him in the past, and Billy calls him up and he crosses him off the list, and he was that guy the whole time, and it was pretty hilarious. Like, he's weaving it all the way through. He's like, this is the same guy in all these movies, and he's like, I'm like, dude, it was hilarious to listen to it. I kept having to pull my phone out and look at it. I'm like, oh, I remember that scene. Yeah, that is. Oh man, however he was weaving it together was hilarious.
So if we're going off of our whole thing with making less money, like it
Yeah.
failed in the box office, Kill Bill Volume 1 did not fail.
I know. Why is
Budget,
that?
Yeah.
A budget of 30 million, but it grossed 180 worldwide.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't
that
get
goes.
that.
That would fall into Tyler's category of being stuff that still made money but has this huge following
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
I think a true cult classic is something that didn't gain speed until years after it was released and it didn't do well. That would be my strict
Yeah.
definition. So then we'll have to take this list. Obviously, Reservoir Dogs. That one was a pretty box office.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Donnie Darko was a horrible box office bomb
Mm-hmm.
that has gained significant following after that. Scarface. I don't want to think Scarface. I thought that did decent.
I thought that was a box office.
Somebody here is going to love number 8.
Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas. I thought that's another one to look up to see what it did.
It's a Disney one. Those ones are weird because
Is it Disney? I thought it was
No, it's Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney.
It's Disney.
under Burton.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now Blade Runner, I do know didn't do well in the box office. That
Right.
would be in my category. So
Yeah.
I would say definitely I've got Fight Club and Blade Runner in my my cult classics.
Blade Runner was another one ahead of its time that kind of, just like Tron, kind of brought things into what we see nowadays.
Right. Well, I'm also steeped in P.K. Dick, the author, Blade Runner.
Mm.
The original book was
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right. And he did so many other ones that have been adapted. They did 2 versions of it. One with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the other one with Colin Farrell. The Mars
Total
one.
Recall.
Total Recall.
Oh.
The first one was going to Mars. The second one was, going through the planet core. But Philip K. Dick, P.K. Dick, he used to write all these short stories, and he had some crazy stuff. That guy
Yeah.
was wild.
Nightmare Before Christmas was not a failure.
Not a failure. Okay, so
Budget was 18, made 100 plus.
we're going to have to make our own list based on our criteria. Because 12 Monkeys, I thought that was one of Terry Gilliam's highest box offices. Like, it was a surprise hit. Maybe it's the box
I
office.
thought it was a bomb. I love the movie,
All
but I
right,
thought
here
it
we
was
go
a
again.
bomb.
Fact check. 12 Monkeys, dude. And they just came out. Didn't they just come out with a brand new, like, Steelbox 4K version?
I think so. Yeah, I think I've
12
seen
Monkeys?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys is incredible, dude. That's
That's a
another
great-
one. The
that's-
storytelling is phenomenal.
12 Monkeys was a failure.
Yeah.
It was a failure.
Budget
Yeah.
of 29 and made 29.5.
I'll tell you what. Fight Club, Blade Runner, 12 Monkeys, those are three that I will put in on any given time. I'm working out here and I don't want to hear any music. I just want to, and I'll throw one of those movies on in the background. That's just because I know the scenes. I don't have to be watching it the whole time. I'm seeing it in my head while I hear the sound.
Yeah.
That's me
Yeah.
with Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Because I can just quote and just hear the Daft Punk soundtrack and just
Dude.
quote the
Oh,
entire.
What did I
entire
just,
thing.
I just read something, that they worked on it for 2 years.
They
Like,
hated it too.
but they were in production figuring out the music when they like got the draft scripts
Yeah.
before they even
And then they built some of the story plots around the music.
Yeah.
Daft Punk hated that because they wanted to build around the script.
Yeah.
And the
and they
director,
ended up they're like the music's awesome and they're like, okay, but we wanted to
you wanted to match the scene.
exactly.
But they nailed it.
Oh,
Dude,
Dude,
absolutely.
it's phenomenal. Yeah. Okay, Big Lebowski at number 11. Of course.
Oh,
That's and that one did bomb at the box office.
mhm.
But
Boy, does that have a following, though.
I just said it to somebody the other
Speaking of
day.
Tron.
Somebody said something to me the other day, and I goes, apparently you're not a golfer. When he drops the bowling, goes, I thought this guy was a millionaire, and he drops the bowling ball. And he goes, apparently you're not no, man, not on the rug, man.
All of that.
Dude. Oh, that's one when I'm drinking, when I'm having a Di Serono, and there's a party going on. I'm like, hey, there's a beverage here, man.
yeah, right.
And what's amazing to me, again, and I'll say it because most of Coen Brothers movies are low box office returns, but they're incredible movies. They write out every little and burp and everything in there. And so when you think about it with Big Lebowski, or the one that's crazy to me is Fargo.
Fargo.
And was that in our list? Going to be in our list of cult classics?
I think Fargo did.
Did it make-
I
decent.
think it did
Fargo
good.
yeah.
Did
It
it
didn't
do
do blockbuster, but it did good.
Okay. Because when you watch, especially William H. Macy, everything in there. Yeah, but see, no, I am cooperating with everything. Yeah, so you can just go. That was in the script just like that.
Yeah.
They don't like improvisation. They know their actors and they want them to do because they're reading into it. In fact, Peter Starmeyer, who plays one of the henchmen, the guy, he goes to say, it's whatever, it's House of Pancakes or, no, it's something, it's one of the pancakes, right? And the actual name of the restaurant is not plural. It's singular.
Oh, yeah.
But in the script, it had it plural. And the first take, he corrected it. And they went, cut. What are you doing? Say it plural. And he's like, but that's not right. He's like, dude, say it plural.
Say how it is.
Because that's your character. They dial into that. So when you're watching Big Lebowski and
Jeff Bridges acting like a stoner.
that, but I think of
That's
Jeff Bridges is phenomenal. But I'll tell you what, John Goodman,
oh
the way
yeah.
he flips on a dime in that movie, and just where he's like, "No, what I'm talking about. Listen." And by the way, dude,
that scene. Oh.
Chinaman is not the proper nomenclature. You're just like he just on a dime when he's like, "I'm calmer than you are." And the lady's like, "You can't use that language in here." He's like, I didn't watch my buddies die face down in Vietnam to come in here and be disrespected. Dude, it's like, there's so many lines. You are entering a world of pain. Market zero. That's another one Tony and I will go, it's like something will happen and we know it's wrong. Something's wrong with the picture and we'll go, market zero.
Need a tow? I can get you a tow. I can get you a tow.
I can get you a tow by this afternoon. Amateurs. I got the ringer, dude. What? What are you talking about, dude? It's awesome. Okay,
Raising Arizona.
it's
How was
probably
the Coen brothers?
well, wasn't Raising Arizona? Didn't they get the Oscar? Wasn't that
But I don't think it was a hit.
okay? I can open another window for that one. But let's see. Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Mm.
I wouldn't even have thought about that one, but I guess it.
I mean, anything Pink Floyd is going to have a huge
Right, but
Yeah.
draw immediately.
how many of those type of movies that were released had an anticipation of being big blockbusters in the theaters?
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to expect it to have an afterlife. That's why you're
Yeah.
doing it. You know, when they
You're
release,
making it for a crowd.
correct.
Right.
You're making it
Yeah.
for an already established group of fans.
Exactly, and you know your
Yeah.
budget, you know your target audience, and you're going with it. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Love that movie.
hilarious.
The first time I ever watched Fear and Loathing, I had
So we
never
were
heard
gonna-
of it,
so we were
but
gonna
I
do it.
watched a music video by Avenged Sevenfold, the music video to Bat Country, which is based off of Fear and Loathing.
Right, yeah.
And
yeah.
so I'm like 12, 13 years old. It's 2 in the morning. I'm on YouTube. And I'm like, what is this music video based off of?
All right,
And
that's the
I
way we're
see
gonna be.
Fear and Loathing, and then I found some website that had like bootlegged it on there. And I stayed up till 6 a.m. watching it.
Yeah.
Nice,
Huge Hunter Thompson fan here.
Yeah.
Huge.
huge.
Oh,
Okay, Gonzo journalism. And there's number 14, Rocky Horror Picture Show. We're gonna have to make our own list.
that to me is the gold standard. I'm sorry. That just
I'm gonna agree with you
Yeah.
100%. That
Yeah.
out of all of the cult classics out there, that is one of the to have people go and dress up year in year out.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard it today in one of the 20 top ones. Rocky Horror is the longest continually showing movie
Musical.
since its release. It has been in
Yeah.
theaters somewhere since its original release.
Yep.
I think there's a bunch of theaters in New York and LA and stuff like that have it on regular midnight rotation to where it's playing at least,
Oh, yeah.
weekly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It had a Broadway running for a little while, didn't it? As a
Oh, yeah.
stage production?
Oh yeah.
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 It still does. Yeah.
Okay.
The Elephant Man. How many know that one?
oh,
That's a good one.
good one.
Dude, John
Hurt.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Anthony Hopkins. Dude, it's
That's almost kind of a tearjerker too, man. That's
It
a
is.
sad,
It is.
depressing
Yeah.
story.
dude.
Oh.
Every time I think about him, just like he's like taking his pillows down. I want to sleep in my bed tonight. It's like, and it's wild.
Depressing as
It
hell.
is because you're like you're
Oh.
watching, and they got him in high society and trying to make him, it just has that. It
Yeah.
is. It's very. It makes
How
you
they
take.
exploit him and just
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, and then you see him at the very end where he's wrapped up again and being chased through the marketplace there.
Yeah.
It's wild. Of course, I would have thought this would have been higher.
Yeah.
This is
Monty
huge.
Python,
Monty Python, the Holy
Yeah.
Grail. I mean
That's
that's one that I would say beyond all of these that has a timeless quality to it
Mhm.
that you can watch it today and it feels like somebody just made this campy movie last
Yeah.
month,
yeah.
and you're like, and the tropes in it are, you got a killer rabbit, you got the we are the knights who say knee. What's
Tis but a flesh wound.
yes,
Dark Knight.
coward, you're running away. I've cut off your arm and your legs. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm not a big fan.
I mean,
I don't know.
That was a cult one. That was like one of those. When it came out, there were a lot of midnight showings
Okay.
everywhere in theaters, and I remember I didn't see it because I
Right.
was like 10, but
Right.
yeah.
A lot of guys taking their girlfriends who are interested in murder stories.
And obviously it gained enough
My
traction
wife.
that they've made.
Yeah, mine too.
It gained enough traction that they've made multiple sequels off of it. Not
Yeah.
as much as Friday the 13th or
a lot of great video
Freddy Krueger.
game villains.
And Rob
based off-
Zombie made a version too.
yeah, Rob Zombie made a version. Yeah. Night of the Living Dead. Now I I would definitely consider that because you can ask a lot of people, have you ever heard of or seen Night of the Living Dead? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that is like the B-est B movie that you could,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
Yes.
it's like, yeah. I wouldn't have, this surprised me. I thought this one did better, being John Malkovich at number 19. I don't know, maybe that's when we look up the budget of it, because
If memory serves me, that was a movie that didn't get a lot of wide openings. It was like
right.
almost kind of like an art house movie.
Okay.
Like
Broke even about 13 million budget, 23.1 million box office, so right about broke even.
Okay. So we're definitely in the category of
Yeah.
a cult classic, because
Yeah.
I think I've got a deluxe collector's edition over there, being John Malkovich. You know? Lisa Steelbook. Labyrinth.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
of my mother getting me into musicals, I love that movie. I
Yeah.
had to buy the steelbook of that when that came out.
I've got it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Labyrinth, amazing. Amazing. When you go back and watch it and you're like, dude, Henson was a beast. And I know that one did horrible in the box office. Which
Yeah.
is-
And David Bowie too had it.
yeah.
I don't know how that fails with Jim Henson and then David Bowie together.
I think that's another one where the studio was like, how do we market? Who are we selling this to?
Yeah.
Right.
Henson's a
Right.
puppet guy for kids. Bowie, yeah, okay, but
Good old Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah. And it's going to be
Right.
this. It's the difference between the Dark Crystal and what was the other one? So the Dark Crystal didn't do well at all.
I was about to say, they usually put Labyrinth and Dark Crystal together.
Yeah.
because neither one of them. But then what was the other one that was huge?
I bet if my mother was here, she would say it right now.
Like,
Never-ending story.
is it Never Ending Story? I was
Oh,
thinking
is
of the
it?
one that would, like, contrast with Dark Crystal. Like there was another one that was, you're like, oh, this is a really good, like, and it's the same studio, but one's dark and one's more positive.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll think about it in a minute. Clerks.
Clerks,
we
yeah.
mentioned
Sure,
that one.
right. yeah.
I mean, Kevin Smith's made his whole. There are certain guys that they're like the Coen Brothers. They're like, yeah, it's going to bomb at the box office, but we're going to clean up in the aftermarket sales. You know, we're going to have this huge following afterwards, and we're like, okay, yeah. Did you know that there's a religion and also a whole film festival around the Big Lebowski?
I did not
The
know.
religion is called Dudism,
Oh, shit.
and you have to abide because the dude must abide. And then they have a whole festival.
Yeah, I know there's
where
a
guys-
festival.
That's
but
another one. Like the second biggest one after Rocky Horror, I think, is the one where people dress up in their robes and come as the dude. Or
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. The Gods Must Be Crazy. I've never watched that one.
I
Yeah,
have
I have
never
not
heard
seen
of
that
it.
a
one.
long time ago.
And
And it has a very cheap quality to it. It's not really well made, but it's kind of a funny story
okay,
where there's a Coke bottle thrown out of a plane,
Mhm.
and it lands like in this tribe in Africa, and they're like, "What is this?"
I do know the story.
yeah,
yes.
and
It's kind of a play off of
Yeah.
2001.
yeah,
with
right,
the-
right.
That
And-
trope,
but it's not really a well-made movie, but
right?
but the subject matter was
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Army
I think that was actually a Blockbuster rental for me, if you can go back to those days.
Wow.
Yeah.
The CIA knew that. NSA was tracking you. Army of Darkness. This is what put
Oh.
Sam Raimi on
Yeah.
on the front, dude.
And Bruce Campbell.
This is what made, and Bruce Campbell, of course, and this is what made him. And then he goes on to direct 3 Spider-Mans. It's like, wait, the guy that did the campy horror flick
Yeah.
And
is
then he
now
also spun
directing.
Evil Dead too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bruce Campbell's.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell, I don't know why he didn't do more. He was a funny guy. He
Yeah.
did a TV show, a TV series, The Legend of Briscoe County Jones or something like that. It was a Western.
Uh-huh.
And every week when he's going after this bad guy, Briscoe, why are you going after him? He killed my father. Every bad guy killed his
Killed my
father.
father.
Every week. That
Yeah.
was like the running joke. So
This one surprised me being on this list, but Breakfast Club. I thought it made more money. I thought John Hughes, his 80s. I thought in the 80s his movies were like at least making their money back.
Oh, that one was huge.
Yeah. What are you seeing?
It was definitely huge.
I feel like The Breakfast Club is one of those movies where it's like, you haven't seen
it-
Breakfast Club?
Right,
You
right.
know?
It is an absolute success. Made for about 1 million, made 52 million.
Yeah. Why is that even?
Absolutely no way.
It may have a good following, now.
Yeah.
But again, our strict definition of a cult classic is something that initially didn't have a following.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, well, the style, you look at, because it was what, 85 for Breakfast
85.
Club?
Yeah, 85.
The trends that followed, the trench
Brat Pack
coat.
movies.
Yeah,
Right.
Mm.
Was that the first John Hughes Breakfast
I
Club?
don't know.
Because did he do Ferris Bueller?
Yeah. Yeah.
That had to be followed after,
That's got to be on this list somewhere.
right?
I thought that one did pretty good too.
Mhm.
Ferris Bueller.
I mean, if this one did good, I would assume that one did good
I know
too.
the other one I was thinking of, Pretty in Pink.
Oh
Did he
yeah,
direct
yeah,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah. That was
Now,
after.
Was that one a?
I could look it up.
Because I want to see if that's in there. All right, so we got Easy Rider. Oh, this number 26 is the one that I didn't realize. It's another one for me. It's another one for me. After, do we want to discuss Easy Rider? I mean, that's.
I like that.
I didn't realize it would have been a. What'd you find?
Pretty in Pink, budget 9 million, made 40.5 million in the United States and Canada alone.
Yeah, so that did great. Check Easy Rider. I thought Easy Rider made money. Dude, it's got Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, and Jack Nicholson. And so the only thing about that one is the I've watched a number of things behind the scenes on it.
Not even made for $1 million. It's made for 360,000 to 400,000, grossed 60 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not even
close to a bomb.
No, and they call it a cult. I'm like, your list is kind of jacked, but I will agree with this one.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Now, again, this is another one for me. I didn't think that this was a bomb because I grew up. It was one of the only acceptable movies that Christians were allowed to watch in my circles because
Satanic Panic.
Yeah, and the only part that they disagreed with was when the cut scene and he goes, "Jesus, Grandpa," and everybody was like, they would like. I remember the parents would like hit the little fast forward button on the VHS to get through it.
See, mine was at the end when he goes, "There's a shortage of perfect breasts in the world."
Oh,
My mom would always be like,
Sugar.
"We can skip this part," and I'm like, "There's 3 minutes left in the movie. What are you doing?"
Well, how about the attempted rape by Prince Humperdinck? Finish the wedding and he's undoing his pants already. He's like, "Finish it! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!"
Oh yeah.
And chasing her around the bedroom. It's like, that's way beyond date rape, dude.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff. Lost Boys. I remember watching it. Didn't think. I never thought much of it.
Yeah.
Any? No.
No, I got nothing on Lost Boys.
I don't know what this one is.
The Who, Quadrophenia, yeah.
Okay, so another
concert movie.
band,
Well,
yeah.
not concert movie, but
a movie based on
an album
Movie-
yeah.
I would have.
Concert memory.
Yeah. So they probably tried to do something along the lines of Tommy, the musical, and it didn't do as well.
Right.
Dead Man.
Haven't seen that.
That's Johnny Depp, but I've never heard of it. And Crispin Glover. Never heard of
I've
it.
seen that one.
You think it has
I can see how it would.
have a bit
I
of a
wasn't
cult?
immensely drawn to it. I mean, I watched it and it was a decent film.
Okay.
But I could see that there are some people that could,
Eraserhead.
I
Anybody-
never saw that, but I've heard all about it.
Okay.
That's
Anybody else?
definitely a cult classic right there. That is.
Yeah, as long as now we're starting to get into the weeds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pink Flamingo.
John
Flamingos.
Waters, Pink Flamingos. Oh boy, yeah,
That was a crazy one.
that was yeah.
All right, so we can start getting Killer Tomatoes. They're attacking the Killer Tomatoes.
Willy Wonka.
There's Willy Wonka at number 36. But Brazil. Now, Brazil, Terry Gilliam, that's another one. Yeah. And Terry Gilliam, for those clueless people out there, it is, he's part of that whole group of the Monty Python crew.
Yeah, yeah. He was the animator for Monty Python. He did all the
Yes.
cartoons and
For the
all
show.
yeah.
With all the opening. Yeah.
Mhm.
And most people don't realize, like,
The only American
was
too.
was it not Monty Python, not the Holy Grail, Life of Brian, was financed by George Harrison and a few other buddies because they couldn't get anybody to back it.
Yeah.
And that's another. Most of Monty Python stuff or let's say all of Monty Python and their guys.
Yeah.
How about, I don't see it on here. How look up Time Bandits. How well did that do? Time Bandits is another one of my where I could, but that's I want to say that was Gilliam.
Robert De Niro, though, in Brazil,
Not a failure.
absolutely hilarious as a renegade appliance repairman.
Yeah,
That alone, the concept of that
Yeah.
is,
yeah. But Jonathan Pryce, dude, one of his best roles ever.
Yes.
But just the scene where they drop in and they're gonna arrest the guy, and they're like, "But that's not who. That's not who. No, you got the wrong guy." They're like, whatever, man. We got to take somebody in.
Yeah.
Dude. Of course, we talked about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What was the budget on, or what was the?
I think, what is it? $5 million and grossed $42.4 million.
For Time Bandits?
Yeah.
I love Time Bandits, dude. But I guess I wouldn't consider it a cult classic then, but. And how many people watch it today? That's another thing. It's like,
it's got to keep going.
It's like budget, box office failure, or not quite, twice its budget back. And are people watching it today and as part of the vernacular? That would be, to me, because some of these I'm starting to see, I'm like, some of these are not still in the zeitgeist today.
Yeah.
They're not in there. Too much time in that airport sipping lattes or sipping whiskeys.
I did catch a cold on that trip, so.
Yeah. All right, so Willy Wonka, we talked about that one. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's surprising. I thought it made, again, Willy Wonka and what was the other one?
Blazing Saddles?
No, for me, Princess Bride. Those were two movies that I thought did well in the theater, or did well as a movie, because I saw those are ones that were, you're watching them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like I'm one day Star Wars is on, regular TV. They had it on once a year. The Charlie Brown special's on, your Princess Bride and Willy Wonka. These were movies that were in regular rotation on broadcast TV. And I'm like, well, these had to have done, if they're up there with Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, then they had to have done really well. Yeah. That was my thought process. And you go, no, not actually. Raising Arizona. This is where Nicolas Cage won the Oscar.
Yep.
And it's been downhill ever since.
Funny movie, though.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Okay.
Rite of Passage movie. If you're talking about movies, you got to be able to recite something from Napoleon Dynamite.
My middle school would not stop showing that movie.
See, Jared Hess. Napoleon Dynamite was the first movie I saw from him.
Okay.
He has another movie called Gentlemen Broncos, which is like the B-side of Napoleon Dynamite.
Really?
But in my opinion, it's on par or better than Napoleon Dynamite.
Really?
It's cringy. It's funny. It's got moments where you're like, why am I watching this? And then you're like, oh, it's Napoleon Dynamite that didn't get the budget for Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
You know that he made the Minecraft movie?
Did he really?
Yes. I just had to look that up because I'm like, I know he made something recently that made a lot of money, but it was absolutely retarded.
Oh, wow.
We went to a theater in I forgot the name of the theater in Flint, just about maybe 2 years ago. They showed Napoleon Dynamite, and then after the movie, they had the actors, Napoleon, his friend, and they were on stage talking about the movie.
John Heater and
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
It was truly funny. It was really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow. Okay.
It was really cool.
I think we'll get up to 50 and then we'll call it on these. Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
We
movie.
touched
I
on that
know. I
earlier
know
when
it didn't
someone-
make very
yeah.
very good money, even though I mean they had William Dafoe as an anchor in there. You'd think some of these movies that have, and he's not just showing up for a scene.
No.
He's the gay detective dancing through the scene with his headphones on.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, haven't they done 3 or a total of 3 now? Wasn't there Boondocks 3?
I believe so. Yeah.
And Norman Reedus, who was in Walking Dead.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at that too.
Mhm,
Yeah, and Sean Patrick Flannery's done a bunch of other movies
Yeah.
that have done better.
Yeah.
But Boondock Saints 2, I want to say, did really well.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if the first one.
I think 3 kind of bombed because people weren't expecting it and they didn't advertise it very well. It like came and went, and you were like, they made it.
It's one of those that they didn't need to make, but they made anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
It's
It was a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's a whole nother show that we contemplated, just talking about sequels.
Yeah.
And you know the problem with sequels, and the most iconic one, and I know, but I wore this shirt just for you with my ad shitting out shitting out stormtroopers out of here, but Irvin Kershner didn't want to he turned down it like once or twice, taking over the directorship of Empire Strikes Back because the sequels were notorious, especially back then, for failing. They typically got less of a budget. They typically didn't perform as well. That was just the norm there. Whenever they had these, a sequel to a movie back then,
Yeah.
this is late 70s going to, that movie came out in 80. So I mean, that was the thing of it. And you think about it, Planet of the Apes, iconic, phenomenal movie, right?
Yeah.
No.
The sequel, Return to Planet of the Apes, I think it was, or Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Return.
I think it's
Return.
Return.
Okay,
Then
Do
it
you-
was.
then Beneath the Planet,
Yeah.
and then so the succession is
War for the Planet of the Apes or something.
so there's
Yeah.
there's 5 total from that original. The original one did well and spawned the sequel. They cut the budget. They do the second one. They reused footage from the first one in the second one. Then they reused, and by the time you get to the third one, it's literally shot guerrilla style with people in half-assed costumes running through fields, guerrilla costumes, and it's so horrible. It's not even worth
Turns
watching.
into a B movie.
Yeah, or C.
Yeah.
It's
No.
it's horrible. But that was the typical Hollywood. They're like, well, we made our money on it. We don't want to lose money on the next one, so we'll do a, versus you get to the 80s, deep into the 80s, right? And they saw the returns of Empire Strikes Back, and then of course Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
They saw that Indiana Jones and then the Temple of Doom, and they're like, okay. And so then you've got Zemeckis showing up and going, we want to do Back to the Future, and both of those sequels are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they even, I love the fact that number 2 of that is a huge like callback to where he's having to avoid himself
Yeah.
in the second one,
Yeah.
to make sure he doesn't mess up what's already messed up so he can fix what's, and
Yeah.
it's like crazy, and, get the book back from Biff and do all this crazy stuff. And then number 3, where, they kick him back in time,
Yeah.
and he's back in the Old West.
Mhm.
And they tied it together so well at the end of each one.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that is when they replaced the actor, drawing a blank on the kid,
Which character?
the
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox?
yeah, Michael J. Fox. He was still doing Family Ties. He was getting like 2 to 3 hours of sleep per day because he would do Family Ties during the day. And then that's why a bunch of the scenes in Back to the Future are shot like a ton of the scenes are shot at night. If you go back and you watch it and realize that there's a ton of scenes shot at night. And he wasn't the first actor. It was originally, everybody would know him if I could think of him, but he was not the original. And they had already shot like a third of the footage. And had to go back and reshoot it because he just was his timing wasn't working out like Michael J. Fox's
Right.
comedic timing
Yeah.
wasn't working, and so they had a lot to deal with. And so when that movie hit, and it did really well, they're like, boom, we're doing another one. Boom,
That
we're-
actor from The Fly, I think, wasn't that The Fly 2? Not Jeff Goldblum, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other movies that he was in, and I just can't think of his name.
yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
He was in Pulp Fiction too.
Yes,
He was the drug dealer. He was the
Yes. Let's see. Original Marty Fly.
Eric Stoltz.
There it is. There it is. Eric Stoltz. Yeah. Yeah. He was the
Damn it,
original
Jim.
Marty McFly. And what does it say? Eric Stoltz was initially cast as Marty McFly. Filming began in. I gotta hit my button. Filming began in '84. Worked on the project for about 5 weeks. Stoll's serious acting style was intended to bring depth to the character. They didn't like it. He was too serious, and so they swapped him out after 5 weeks of principal footage.
That's a big mistake.
I mean, you got to
somebody
realize
got fired for that one. I'll tell you.
you got to realize in these movies, you did weeks, if not months, of table read.
Yeah.
Whether they're because this wasn't like you had to do a bunch of training and a bunch of other stuff, but you definitely had testing with your actors to see what their chemistry was together. You had table reads where you're reading through the whole script and you're making adjustments. You're doing stuff like this,
Memorizing the lines.
memorizing
too.
lines. You're
Yeah.
doing all of this, and it's like, dude, after 5 weeks, they're just watching the dailies, going, "This ain't working."
That reminds me of the God of War show that's being filmed right now. Ryan Hurst was playing Kratos in that,
Okay,
and he just tore his muscle, and Kratos being a God of War and all that, he has to have the muscular tone. They were like, "You're done. We need to cast somebody new. We're not waiting for you to get healthy. We're doing this now." So they filmed 4 out of 8 episodes with him. So they're gonna do the last 4 episodes with somebody different.
Yeah.
And how to kill your show 101
Oh,
before it even comes
man.
out, right? And Ryan Hurst is a great casting for Kratos too. That's great.
Nice. I'm finally catching up on chat. Tim was trying to help us with Tommy Boy. It's hard for me to look at chat and also be over here showing the content on the back wall. Just like Scott sent me something too. Oh, that's not different Scott. It just said Scott. I thought it was your dad sitting over there. Anyway, so yeah, they keep pointing out that my camera that hits me and Tyler tonight keeps flickering. Yes. And Tim's promoting, saying, "Yeah, the podcast needs a 5K upgrade." So that camera. If we go, let's see, I'll hit the auto back. So that camera that we're on right now, with the Just Movies logo there. In fact, I'll go back to the main super source. There we go. See how it flickered?
Yeah.
So that is a $1,200 camera that I got for $250 used. So it has a little glitch in it. All right. So
That's why it was cheap.
That's why I'm like, yeah. When you're building a studio, and I do have 40 grand into the studio. It's crazy when I think about it, but yeah. That's why I'm not eager to replace this TV. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. You can't really see it unless I point it out. Nobody knows that this isn't part of the graphics that they're looking at. I'm like, no, that TV got hit right there in the corner. Ouch. That's crazy. All right, let me go with Tim's saying that audio's delayed. It may be. All right, I'm going to go back to this. Let's see if I can do it properly. Let's go to this and this. It worked. Hey, there we go. Even though I don't really want it on this screen, I want it on that screen because it's showing up behind me in the camera, but whatever. All right, so let's finish out. Heavy Metal. Anybody seen it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, non-interesting?
I found the animation to be kind of substandard. I don't know. It was very.
Scott says it sucked.
Yeah, I didn't think it was
Yeah.
The movie, if you get the soundtrack from it, you
Right.
know, it's.
So is that
Great,
one of those ones where it's a cult class? Would we? I mean, does it have the
I think
following
because
today?
I don't think anyone. I don't think
I think
there's
that's
any
where we're coming
following.
down with our categories. Like, all right, it didn't make its money back, but it has a current following.
Yeah, it's still in the
That's
zeitgeist.
huge. It was a box office bomb initially, but it has this current following. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's the safe category of a cult classic. You
I
know,
would say so. Yeah.
I mean, I'm amazed at some of these. We could say Tron is one of them that didn't make their money, but then build up such a cult classic, maybe Boondock Saints or something
Yeah.
like that, that they go, man, this is such a huge following. We got to do a sequel.
They gotta do a sequel.
Right?
It's better than it.
Well, I'll tell you one that was horrible, totally stupid, and just dumb. Jesus Rolls.
Don't think I've seen that.
Anybody know what that is?
No.
So you know in Big Lebowski, when he says nobody fucks with the Jesus, right? You know Turturro's only in that movie for like 3 minutes all total.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They did a whole spin-off
Oh, no way.
and it sucks. It's supposed to be his back. It's supposed to be him, 10 years later or whatever. And they do explain, more of his original arrest in Big Lebowski. But then this whole thing, and it should have been better, but it wasn't directed by the Coens, and it was dumb.
Yeah.
I bought it because I was like, oh, this has got to be good. This is Jesus Rolls, and it was stupid. I'm like, I immediately got it and wanted to take it over to the resale shop. Give me $1. I just want it off my shelf.
I'll give you $1 to
I'll
take
give you
this
$1.
up.
Just take this.
All right. Yeah.
And I think I did the Steel book too. It's so pathetic. All right, Holy Mountain. Don't know that one. The Wild One.
I've seen
Brando?
one
Oh,
of
with
them.
Brando.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a failure? I don't know.
That one had I don't think that
Toxic
one was
Avenger.
They just remade that with Peter Dinklage.
Okay,
It's
so
toxic.
so
Yeah.
that one I think it's like a B movie, but it had enough
Yeah.
of a following to where it garnered a remake.
Yep.
Not quite a sequel, but a remake. Joel's Apartment. I don't know about that one. Have you
No
ever
idea.
seen it? Joe's Apartment?
No.
Okay. Adventures of Baron. See, this is another Terry Gilliam.
Munchausen. Yeah.
And if I remember watching it, it did. Now I gotta say this one. This one is number 47. Is the height of cheese, but I have a deluxe box collector's box over there of this, and
It's
this
so
is
bad it's good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
so bad it's good.
The guy.
And Queen did the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was amazed in the universe that they authorized the reuse from Highlander
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in the new
He-Man movie.
He-Man. Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, okay, because I'm playing solitaire and I got it in there and I'm like, I'll put this on and I'll fall asleep at a certain point and I'm like, all right, I'm watching and I'm laughing a little bit and I'm kind of watching and playing solitaire and I'm watching and playing solitaire and I look down and playing a little bit more and I'm like, all of a sudden I hear
You hear the song?
here we are, and I'm like, oh shit! So I pull up IMDb and I start going through the trivia, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He authorized him to use it. I'm like, oh yeah. So that was refreshing in that I was like, all right, that music's got some new because both of the movies that they did soundtracks to bombed.
Yeah.
The original Highlander was
They're remaking that too. With
Highlander.
Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're going to do a better
Yeah.
job, which is crazy to me because the original one had. I didn't like the main actor that played the Highlander, but I loved Sean Connery in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they made enough money to keep making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had that TV series that was, what was that on the WB? It's like, you guys just cut corners on your budget.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's shoot it in a darker setting. Why? Because you can't afford the lights, or because you don't want us to see all the bullshit behind it that you can't cover up?
Every time I see Flash Gordon, it just reminds me of Ted.
Yep. That's exactly the first thing.
Oh,
Because he was in Ted.
yes, yes, dude. And that's like Sam Jones. That was like his only
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
He did that, and then he's like done. But they wanted somebody else in there to do that, and they had a better story it's come out that they had a better story and they just shot it as campy as because if Flash Gordon was a comic book and a serial,
Yeah. It was in the
and
30s.
they
It was
had good stories, and this came out with so much cheese on it. I mean, dude, you watch that movie and you can't take a shit for another week because there's so much cheese. You're just locked up. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
dude. But it's one of those ones where you just gotta put it on.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, we gotta put
It's
this on.
so
And then
bad it's good. You always look forward to it. Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What else
the
do I have to watch?
Merciless.
Yeah.
Okay, last couple before we call it. Reanimator.
Never heard of it.
It's one of those campy
Bad sci-fi.
sci-fi. Barton Fink,
Yes.
another Coen brothers.
Saw that one.
I mean, that's got some
That
good
was
people on it.
a dark Coen Brothers movie.
Uh,
That was
Yeah, good actors in it.
Check
Yeah.
out our budget
Oh,
on
yeah.
that one. And then Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We'll stop there with our list, or going through their list, because there's we say about a third that we would disqualify from this list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
At
about.
least
Maybe like
easy.
40%.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, so a third, close to half.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, Barton Fink was an absolute failure.
Absolute failure?
Yep.
Made for $9 million and only made $6 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
And part of that
But-
6 million is a ticket I bought.
But is that now again? If we go with our criteria here, does it have that following today?
No.
I don't think so. No. 'Cause
No.
I haven't even heard of it.
Nobody's clamoring to watch.
No.
It's like we can cite Elf. We can cite again Fight Club. Dude, if somebody's passing through the TV, right?
Yeah.
And Fight Club's on there, they're stopping.
It's right.
So-
you have to stop and watch it. It's
Exactly.
like you feel obligated. I was like, I have to watch this.
It's on. I'm not going to
Yeah.
waste this time.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
What would be that? What would be? I want to. Oh, dang it! Switch my camera. What would be that? Let's do that. Top 10 movies that we're going through that you're just scrolling through and nothing else is on, and you see it on, right? We said this one, which was I mentioned earlier, Waterworld.
Yeah.
You're scrolling through. If Waterworld is on like TBS or TNT or something like that, and you're like, yeah, and just leave it on there and start doing something.
I can pass on Waterworld,
Okay.
but there's a few movies where I feel it's weird. It's like I get possessed and I feel obligated. I must sit down and watch this now.
Like-
Godfather 1 and 2,
Okay.
the original Rocky,
Mhm.
Fight Club,
Yes.
those movies.
Yeah.
I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm going to the hospital, I'm going to stop and I'm going to watch the
Right.
movie play out.
Right.
Just
You have wasted our time, sir. You can't act.
Yeah.
I'm just a little punchy. I'm looking forward to this Rocky.
Oh,
yeah.
big
What is it
time.
called?
Yeah.
Big
I am
time.
Rocky.
I am Rocky.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
showed the trailer for that, and even my wife was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't
It
know
looks-
that." She's like, "This is real." I'm
I
like, yeah.
can't
Well,
wait to see that.
I've watched 3 or 4. I don't know what you call these anymore. They're not a podcast and they're not a documentary, but they're a video on YouTube or Rumble that does 15 facts you didn't know.
Yeah.
About such. One of them I've watched 2 or 3 different types on Rocky. Like so I've watched one that did like the 20 things you didn't know about the original Rocky. And then I watched another one about 20 things you didn't know about Sylvester Stallone or 25 things about Stallone. And they all touch it. Like, dude, he pawned his dog or sold his dog to a buddy.
Bought it
and,
back.
Like
and then bought it.
Yeah.
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 And it's like, so you don't realize all of that was going on. And you don't realize that he did the, Saturday Night Fever, wrote the script for it. And again, in this movie, they're gonna talk about, they're like, they keep upping the ante of how much they want to pay for this script. And he's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
holding out. And he was willing to sacrifice that. The other thing, and I mentioned, I think on our first show, is that's where the invention of the Steadicam came.
Yeah.
That his DP did. He's like, dude, I can't follow you around the city where you want me to do it and be within your budget. And he's like, I'm going to figure something out. And he made this whole harness to where he could, and I've watched test footage of it. And then of course the movie shows a bunch of that. It's in the trailer even.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't he following his girlfriend or something like that up the steps to
I think so. Yeah.
see how it works? and see how steady it can be.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
That's funny.
nowadays, Scott has this kick-ass little. He was testing it out after we did the cooking test on Friday.
Oh, the gimbal.
He's got it on the thing, and then so it does this. And I got footage from Brandon put his phone on it, and he was walking around while we were doing stuff in the kitchen. He's got an iPhone, and on his phone it looked gorgeous.
Mhm.
And then he sends me the copy, send it to me, and it was like 280
Pixelated.
pixelated.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you gotta like figure out a way to Google Drive me or email me, the actual footage, because what you sent me it's garbage. I can't use it. But then Scott was messing around. He put it on the gimbal, and he had it on the counter, and then he brought it over. He put it on the pool table, and he's like speed walking around the pool table to see if it's gonna stay, because it's got a feature that'll stay on you and follow you.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's speed walking around the table, coming back and forth. It was hilarious. I jumped in there. It did stay on me for a minute, right, Scott?
Yeah, it stayed on you for a second. It was questioning who you were.
It was.
You're like, hey, you're not my owner.
But it's
know
cool. It's like nowadays that's what pisses me off about modern movies, where they have the shaky shit going on. I want you to feel like you're in the action. Dude, you have all of the technology to not shake this shit.
Yeah.
I watched the new Spider-Man movie, and most of it's like perfect cinematography, like really good, like web swinging even.
Yeah.
There's just this one scene when I watched it the second time that bothered me, is when he just starts running out of a building, and all of a sudden whoever has the camera is just going like this behind him. I'm like, that is a jarring change from the rest of the movie. Before it and after it are perfect,
style,
but then that one shot is just like, what were you thinking?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the thing. I guess these directors, sometimes they go for the artsy or whatever they're thinking. I'm like, dude, I want to see the action.
Yeah.
Give me, it's like Tron.
Yeah.
The vast majority of all the shots, they nailed down the cameras. They literally, so that if there was anything on the set that would have caused that camera's not moving. And a lot of the shots in there are still shots.
Mm-hmm.
There's not even there's a number of them that are pan and zoom and stuff like that, but there's a lot of shots that are just stationary, stationary frame shots, and people are coming in and out of that stationary frame shot, and they're doing their thing, and it's set because they knew they were doing so much on that movie. They're like, and they're at the beginning of the CGI stuff.
Yeah.
Some of these, I'm like, you've got this camera that you can't hold still, and you're putting millions of dollars of CGI work into that.
Yeah.
Maybe if you held the camera still, it wouldn't cost you as much to do the CGI.
That's what was great about the second movie too, is like just when you had the bike shots
gorgeous.
and everything, like on the corner of the bike looking up. I mean, it's the same director from Top Gun who those shots of Tom Cruise in the jet, and then you got F1 with Brad Pitt in the Formula One car. It's like he knows, like, you don't need to, like, and I mean, you even get viewpoints of what they're seeing, especially in F1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't shake it around. Like, if you're in an F1 car, you're going to be shaking.
Correct.
But it's not doing that.
It's amazing how stable the cameras are in F1 once you read behind the scenes that Brad Pitt was driving upwards of 180 miles an hour around those tracks.
Yeah.
And he's just got the cameras mounted. He's the one driving.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
And it does those really cool turn shots where it's a stationary camera, but it just right to him.
Exactly.
When he's driving, I'm like, that's cool.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
That one, I would put F1, Top Gun, and
Tron
Dunkirk.
Legacy.
What one?
Tron Legacy? I thought you were talking about the same director.
No, I'm talking about where they have the cinematography is these intense action scenes with cameras mounted on the planes in Dunkirk and Maverick, and on the car in F1, but you don't get that over shakiness bullshit.
Yeah.
The shakiness you get is because of the realism of it. I can handle that. I can deal with that because you're not overdoing it. But when you go to watch all three Bourne movies, and they're just like, we're in the shower with you in this fight scene, and it's like, dude, why? Yeah. And they think it's artsy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not Spielberg doing Saving Private. I have to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Did you have a 4-year-old holding the camera? Because what the fuck?
You see, like a movie like a series like Mission Impossible does it to where it's kind of like the stationary, but if you kind of like think about it, they kind of use like security camera like angles as the way they view when they're in public areas like the
Yes.
airport and Dead Reckoning.
That was awesome.
Like they use that stuff, like the glasses he wears, and
Yes.
he uses that. But there's no shaky cam when he's in the like in
No.
Fallout when they're in the bathroom with Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise and the bad guys and they're fighting.
You mean when he magically grows a goatee?
Yeah, the arm
Yeah.
reload.
Yeah.
It's the difference between these a phenomenal cinematographer who is doing everything they can to capture. I'll tell you what, one of my absolute, and we could start, this would be a whole nother show. Book of Eli has some of the most gorgeous cinematography, and just they're walking that ridge and it's silhouetted almost, and there's just enough light to where the front of the hill is dark and they're backlit by the sun.
Yeah.
and they're walking and you've got enough, and then there's this quick close-up of them when he's explaining. He's like, no, that's Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison, She's like, is that in the book too? And he's like, no, it's but then there's that one scene where the trucks are coming and it does this pan like this, and then it comes up sideways. However it comes up, it doesn't come in the same. When you're looking at it, it's like this, the way the shot is coming in, when it comes out as the trucks pass by, it's it's almost 90 degrees different as they're leaving and going by. It's one of my favorite scenes. We'll have to clip it out and play it when we decide to do that show, but there's a beauty and an art to that cinematography. And when these guys phone it in or think that shaking shit up makes it look good, I'm like, dude. I mean, The Martian.
Yeah.
They used 20 or 30 GoPros in the truck, in the Mars truck he's driving, and in the facility. So when he's talking and he's doing all this, he was going up to GoPros.
Yeah.
And it's the same as Top Gun Maverick, where the actors were required to turn their cameras on when they were ready for their scene because they're in it.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
No.
And you're like, that's badass, dude. That's phenomenal. That's true. To me, that's that true cinematography. And we watch the behind the scenes of Dunkirk, and they shot as much as they could. They would take the planes up. I think I told you guys this like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
They would mount the camera, go up, they would shoot a sequence, they'd come back down. And these were trainers. So Tom Hardy's in the front, and then he's got a trainer behind him that you can't see. Okay. And they would take him up and they would do this and they'd come back down. And then they'd pull the camera from that and they'd make sure that was clean and they'd put the camera in a different spot and they'd go back and do the same sequence. So they got all of those angles, but it was literally flying. And then they took and put him in a cockpit up on a hill in I want to say it was France, but one of the hills where it was up above the water. And the whole front of it's just the cockpit part of the aircraft. There's no front on it beyond his joystick. So you're seeing his face. It's completely open. And they had 2 guys on either side of the plane with a bar in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the camera on him. And so when he's doing this, they're turning the plane, And so you get this beautiful stillness, but he's in there and he's feeling it because they're giving him artificial G-force. And I'm like,
the turbulence.
Nolan to come up with that and go, that's how we're going to shoot that, And then I think of 1917, that continuous shot, and they did everything that they could to keep that steady, moving from one, 2 guys are running with it, but it's on a steady cam in the middle of them, and then they run up and they put it on a gimbal, a crane gimbal, and then it goes up over that when they're going through the pit.
Yeah.
When you see that shot and they're walking and they're running, they got to run through this battlefield and then they got to cross the pit, and you don't realize there's 2 guys that were filming them. And then they get to the thing and they put it on the crane, and then the crane goes down into the pit and it's watching them from the side as they're trying to go around it. And then it comes up and there's 2 more guys that grab it again. You're like, dude, it's incredible. The best one though is the waterfall.
Yeah. Yep.
They're following the trolley beside him, and then it gets to a certain point and they got to lift it and put it on the crane as he's going over, and then it drops down. You're like, how that, dude, the choreography to do that.
That's craftsmanship in
Yeah.
movie making. That is, yeah.
Nolan's really good with that too, just like what you said with Dunkirk, but also with little things like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
When he's sitting in the bed and like visualizing the split of atoms,
Yes.
like he sees it, like you see it too, but that isn't CGI. People think it's CGI, but it's like he uses different lights and mirrors
Yeah.
to
Oh,
make
yeah.
like this little
It's a visual.
Yeah.
effect,
Yeah.
that he made, like a real thing.
Anything you can do to do practical. What's the new tech that they're using? They used it on Oblivion with Tom Cruise, where
That was old.
they had the complete screens. They had lifelike screens around the habitat that's up there in the sky
Mhm.
that he would come back to.
Yeah,
They on the set they projected.
it's called the volume.
Is that what it's called?
Because now it's basically licensed through Disney. They use it for Marvel movies. So if you notice in these new recent Marvel movies like Deadpool, Wolverine, Captain America 4, the backgrounds, they might look nice, but if you really focus on them, they're
Yeah.
super fuzzy. And that's because it's like actually that is the background. It's
Is
not
the actual
it's not
screen.
it's not
Right.
a green screen. It's not blue. That's actually like
Right.
the picture.
Yeah.
It's just super fuzzy. So things like the depth can seem really weird at times.
Yeah.
So that's
But that's the first one I took notice of it. I think that was when that was the first major movie to use it was Oblivion. And so that's a cool technology because then you can it's live. They're not it's one thing for them to act. That was one of the complaints a lot of the actors had in episode 1, 2, and 3, Star Wars, the prequels, was they're sometimes the only thing real on the set was them and their costumes.
Yeah.
Nothing, everything else is green.
Yeah, if you saw like Chewbacca, you'd be looking at a tennis ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Yoda. Yeah.
Exactly. And so you're like, dude, so that's actors prefer that realism,
Mhm.
that
Oh, yeah.
physical interaction. And I think that to me, the cinematography, and it's interesting tonight going through the cult classics that about half of what we picked tonight collectively is art at its highest form that just didn't take off and didn't
Yeah.
have, but now has these followings. And the other half are these B movies that are campy that we go, yeah, it's you know, it's shitty, but it's our shit, so
Yeah.
we like it. You know, I find that interesting. So it's definitely you can swing. To me, that means it comes back to the stories and the feelings you get
Yeah.
from it, right? Like you
Yeah.
said on what would you say that the feelings? What one was it? Not
Tell me more. What?
you were
Charge
saying
your
the
brain.
one that no matter what you watch it and you're like your feelings just you're stirred, even though it does the movie's not great, but you get an emotional,
Yeah.
huge emotional response. We'll think of it in a second. It was in the category because I read it. I'm gonna scroll back.
You
up.
got me stumped.
I know.
What did I say?
It's not like we haven't talked about 100.
It wasn't Willy
movies tonight.
Wonka, right?
Yeah. No.
No, it
No.
was
No.
Breakfast Club. No. Labyrinth.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Are you
Uh,
talking
No.
about when he was saying, I could be on my way to the hospital?
Elephant Man.
Elephant
Elephant Man,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
wasn't
that's
that shot in black and white
Yes.
Yep.
It was a black
in
and
the
white film.
'80s? Shot in black
Yeah.
and white. So yeah, your emotions
Yeah.
are, and I think that's if a movie doesn't get you emotionally one way or another, it could be just a comedy, but you connect with it comedically.
Right.
You connect with Tommy Boy, you connect with Tropic Thunder, you connect with a Black Sheep, you connect with Waterboy, you connect with because there's comedy, but also you feel for the Waterboy.
Right.
His mom
Yeah.
raised him to be a retard, and he's actually secretly pretty smart. He just never been exposed to the world to where he could learn about stuff. And you're like, okay, he's kind of getting it.
Yeah.
This whole redneck environment, and you're like, oh, okay. But it's like even the comedies, you want to connect. You want some type of emotional connection, no
Right.
matter what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing with why Donnie Darko bombed was because there was no emotion initially when they released it. There was no draw to connect with it. Now people watch it and they're like, they feel that impending doom of the world's going to end and this giant rabbit's talking to you and crazy shit, and you're like, oh wow, and because what else is it's just like you connect. I think that for me that's why Blade Runner is one of my favorites. But now I've watched all 3 versions, and I go back and forth between this straight simple one and the one that the studios demand with all of the narration.
Yeah.
And the straight simple one was what Ridley Scott wanted. He wanted everybody to have to think about what was going on.
Yeah.
But then I think a lot of times the narration helped pull the, move the story along.
Yeah.
But then when Voorhees came out with 2049, Blade Runner, he went back to no narration.
Villeneuve, yeah.
I want you to catch the nuances of this. And I think that's why some movies don't connect, is because they're so nuanced. There's so much depth that you have to really be paying attention or watch it a second time or a third time to where you're like, oh man, it's like Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah.
If I'd have known to been watching for the red knobs and the little red cues the first time through, I'd have been like, where they at? You know what I'm saying? But then you watch it and you're like, oh, there were clues, But that's the art of cinematography. And again, half our list tonight is these ones that had that element, and other ones are just they're campy. I mean, quite a few of these are cinematography giants. I mean, Scarface, Brian De Palma, come on.
What do you think Nightmare Before Christmas with stop motion?
Dude, I think it's phenomenal. What's the other one? Frankenweenie?
Frankenweenie, yeah.
Frankenweenie.
Coraline.
Coraline?
Corpse Bride, yeah.
Yeah, Corpse Bride. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. The stop motion. Well, Wallace and Gromit have made a whole.
Oh, yeah.
How many do they have now? 4 or 5?
I think the guy who made that just died, too.
And all of those, I think what is it, up to 5 now? Wallace and Gromits?
Well, I think they've got like 5 movies or so of them, but then they also have like spin-offs.
Correct. But I think all 5 of the movies were theatrical releases.
Yeah.
And you're thinking
they're big in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which is another thing. It's sometimes our cult classics would be something over there that's a staple, like Monty Python.
Sure.
Right? Like
absolutely.
a lot of those. They're like those are huge over there.
Because it took a second for Monty Python to hit here just because of the English humor.
Right.
Americans had to get used to that kind of dry humor style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once they did, it was
like Blackadder.
Right.
What is it?
Blackadder. It's a kind of like I forgot if it was a World War I or World War II, really dark comedy.
Okay.
Set with the English troops.
Right.
But it didn't really air in the United States, but when if you look it up, there is stuff about it. It's actually pretty funny. It's dark, but it's funny.
There's one I was thinking, I just finally finished it, and I was very disappointed. Lawrence of Arabia in 1962. Now, the reason I wanted to watch it was because it was Alec Guinness. Okay, so it made $69 million on a $15 million budget, so it made its money. But, dude, I think it's Netflix right now has the whatever, it's some kind of final cut or whatever it is. It's like 3 hours and 45 minutes. There's even an intermission in it. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the most boring movies I've ever I was so looking forward to it, and I could have just fast forwarded to Alec Guinness's parts.
Did you watch the original cut or no?
Whatever the cut is, and I'm telling you what, there's 10, 15 minutes where there's nothing but music and people riding camels.
Right.
And I'm like, this is dumb.
That's why sometimes the director cuts
it didn't give me more context. You know what I'm saying?
Years ago in the 90s, the Fox Theater played that movie, and I took my dad to go see it because that was one of his faves. And I got to tell you, when it was on this massive screen,
that was different.
It was impressive. It was.
How long was it?
3 hours.
Okay, so I think this is 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
so there's 45 minutes of extra footage we don't need. Yeah, and there was just scenes where I'm like, I'm just trying hard to stay engaged with it. I'm like,
See, that goes back to the director, though. The director has a specific vision of what he wants.
Right.
And even though the studio hey, we're going to cut 45 minutes of your film and we're going to release it.
Yeah.
He made a point of being like, all right, cool. I want a director's cut and I want my vision to be seen by someone.
Yes.
Even if it's garbage,
Yeah.
you still want it, you know, it's
And-
still out
and I
there
get
for
that.
him. Yeah.
Justice League is the
and-
big one.
Exactly. That's when I was
Yeah.
going to bring up. Is Justice
But I
League is
think one
phenomenal.
of those scenes, the throwaway scenes that you're talking about, going through the desert, when you see it on the big screen and you hear the orchestra and you're in this theater,
Right.
it does give you a sense of how big the desert is, how lonely it is, how treacherous it can be.
Right.
And I think that was sort of a different.
I can get that. I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. Think about it from this perspective. There's one I was going to bring up that I just thought of. Australia. How many of you have seen Australia?
Nope.
Nobody at the table.
No, with Nicole Kidman and
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yeah. No, did
I've
not
seen
see
Moulin
that.
Rouge with Nicole Kidman, but
Now that one did well, didn't it?
I would believe so because of Ewan McGregor coming
Yeah.
off of Star Wars and her.
But that was a real stylistic kind of movie. I don't know if a lot of people.
It's one of the
got into it.
the only true musicals that I really like.
It's got like an across the universe vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Australia, Hugh Jackman, Nicole Kidman. This one is, I'll tell you what, if you haven't watched it, and it's where's my time at?
Wasn't this critically like?
It made like 5 million. It bombed. It bombed.
Yeah,
horribly.
yeah. It was not
It is-
critically.
it is
was
one of the
critically
most-
panned.
Phenomenal. Well, it did so well in other countries that they ended up releasing it as, I want to say, a multi-part like miniseries. Like they broke it up into at least 2 parts and aired it on TV, and it did really well on TV. And they actually added more footage. But I'll tell you what. So the part of the reason I bring this up is because if you haven't seen Australia, it is an absolute phenomenal movie. I mean, it would be one where I would go, we're going to watch Australia in the man cave and invite a group over and go, we'll do an intermission at this point in the movie because I know where a good place to stop is or whatever. But there's a whole scene in the movie where they have to cross what they call the Neva. It's this part of the outback that they've got to cross with all the cattle because they're blocked another way because of some other bad cattlemen. And so they've got to cross the Neva. And the one shaman, black guy, shows up, and he's gonna, and they call it singing you to it. He's gonna sing them through the never.
Mhm.
Okay, and it's the same type of situation, like Lawrence of Arabia, where there's this definite dramatic part of the story that is to show you how difficult this is to cross this part of the desert, but it's not laborious in its cinematography. You feel it, they're doing it, but it's not this huge drawn out sequence.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting with Lawrence of Arabia. I just felt like, and it probably was the cut. It probably was the cut, and I'm like, okay, but it was just overly drawn out,
Yeah.
and there was no break in some of the drawn out parts. There was no, if I'm going to watch you 15 minutes, going through the desert, give me the wide shots. Great. Give me some dialogue of some people talking or something,
Yeah.
that keeps me engaged. But if you guys haven't seen that, I would definitely put that on my list of a cult classic, even though I don't know, I can't do that strictly because there's not a lot of people that follow it now.
Yeah.
But it did have a secondary, an afterlife of, I'm going to say,
It's got Hugh Jackman. I'll give it a shot.
and dude,
And Keith Urban's wife.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife. I'm so sorry.
how many times is she ex-wifed? Get off it. Let's see. They agreed to do the film without doing it because it was Baz Luhrmann that did it.
Over 1,500 wild horses were used for this movie.
Yeah, dude, it was incredible. Yeah, there's 40. So I mean, to have that many trivia points, I mean, I could just keep going down with this trivia. There's a ton and it's during World War II, right? Yeah. Trying to think of when it was. It's either World War One or no, it's World War II. Yeah. There's this whole dynamic of the lost generation of kids that are the Aboriginal people, and the white settlers would come in and sleep with the women, and they would have these half-breed kids, call them half caste, and this little kid in there, he is incredible, and it's his first, I think, one of his first and only roles in there. This little kid, and he's phenomenal. Where's he at? He's way down there, and he's one of the main ones. I mean, it's basically there's 3 or 4 main actors, and it's
Was
Nicole
it Jamal Sidney Bednarz?
that says Missionary Boy.
Mission Boy.
Mission Boy.
Yeah, no, he's Nala. His name's Nala. I'm surprised they don't have him there. But there's a tie-in with it's World War II, because they thought of it. There's a tie-in with Wizard of Oz, and Nicole Kidman's. She's like, oh, and there's a wizard, and there's a rainbow, and there's this, and he's like, sing it to me, sing it. And dude. I love the movie. It's an incredible movie. The acting is phenomenal. The landscapes are phenomenal. The story, you get pissed off at times because the bad guys are doing this or doing that, and then the Japanese come in and attack Australia and blow up the harbor, and this happens and that happens. You're like, no, and then you're like this and this, and it's it plays on so many tropes. There's the racism, there's the classism, there's the war, and then there's the nature, of having to go across this desert and having to get their cattle to, and there's just, it's an incredible movie. I could sit and do a whole show just on how awesome and epic it is. And it made maybe $5 million. I spelt it wrong. Typing too fast. Where the hell is it? Is it you?
A-U.
I missed that.
A-U. Got slow internet today.
Dude. And it's not coming up. You know what I'll do? I'll do Hugh Jackman and get 15 movies. Oh, it's not going to give me by actor. You know what I'll do?
Oh, you didn't spell his name right.
Oh, I've got the spelling right there. It's not even going to give me a link.
It's not even going to search.
Dude, that sucks.
I don't know. I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I just want to see what the budget, because I know it was a bomb.
Yeah.
But it's one
That's
of those.
why I didn't see it, because it was panned. It was just kind of.
Oh, I could have scrolled down. It still doesn't give it to me.
It's not showing you anything.
Nothing.
Oh, it's a bomb. It's a cult classic.
Oh, but that's is it by our definition is a true cult classic, because
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It doesn't have a following now.
Yeah, it's 130 million and gross 211 million. So
say it again.
Really make it. The budget was 130 million and it only grossed 211 million.
Oh, so it didn't make back its budget.
Yeah, it didn't break.
But it wasn't a complete failure. Okay, why was I thinking 5 million? Oh, the domestic opening was like 14. Yeah, but it's an Australian movie, or it's a movie based on Australia.
Yeah.
It probably didn't have. This is another thing that pisses me off about movies when they don't. I think some of these cult classics, again, we talked about the studios didn't know how to market this.
No.
Or they market it wrong. How many people have? What's the term where the second week drop off? What do they call that? They have a specific term for second week drop off. Like if a movie does good its first week, but then like has a
Yeah.
60, 70, 80% drop off the following week. They go, that's because it was people had enough hype to go see it, but then realized
Yeah.
the word
Right.
got out that it was shit
Yeah.
and they don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I'll have to think of that phrase. Or maybe Tim knows in chat. Second week drop off. Oh, Pinewood's saying love Tim Burton.
Of course she does.
Of course she does. Out doing some shopping. I'll catch you Tuesday. Oh, so he left. Okay. All right. Well, sorry. When I want something. There was a similar theory with the dad that shot Steve Urkel and the cop in talking about the connection.
The connection.
The connection movies.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Okay, so where are we at time wise?
8:31.
8:31. Any more to think about on cult classics? I mean, we could explore it forever, but
Yeah.
do you guys think of any more? So I've got Fight Club, Blade Runner, 12 Monkeys, Big Lebowski, and Australia. But Australia, I'll say, is my asterisk.
Yeah.
Because it was not a complete bomb, even though it didn't make its money back,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have the following now. Whereas Fight Club, on my list, Fight Club, Blade Runner, 12 Monkeys, Big Lebowski have all had a huge
Afterlife. Yeah.
afterlife.
hmm
How many on your list have a huge afterlife that were? Did we look up?
Tropic Thunder, John Wick, Grease, Casablanca, Rocky Horror, Tommy Boy, Inglourious Bastards.
Seems like didn't we say the majority of those were made? They weren't bombs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your list?
Tron,
Tron was definitely a bomb.
Super Troopers, Blazing Saddles, and Wild Hogs. I think Blazing Saddles is the one that wasn't.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles
Yeah.
made 46 times.
Yeah.
What about? Do we look up Super Troopers? What their first? They made enough money to make the second one.
Yeah.
But that was
right.
20 years later.
Yeah.
And was that just like Boondock Saints? Was it the cult following
That spawned the
that bumped
sequel.
its numbers
yeah.
up? I mean,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Tron, the whole reason Tron is because of the afterlife.
Yeah.
No.
You know. How about yours, Glenn? While he's looking that up.
Yeah, Spinal Tap, Fight Club, UHF, which is really weird, but Spinal Tap and Fight Club,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. What'd you see?
Super Troopers is not bomb. It made like 3 times its
Okay,
money
3
back.
times.
So
But it wasn't a blockbuster.
yeah.
I mean, I would say 3 times. And if you're under 5 times, when you say that's
That's close to
Well,
it.
it's also
because I mean you got to be
commensurate
2
with
times to make
what the budget was.
Well, that's
You know,
what,
if you got an 80 million budget and it grosses, 480 million,
right.
a lot of people have seen that movie, but
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying, Scott? Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We noted that one. Yeah. Did we look up the budget? I'm gonna look up the
I
budget.
don't think I looked up that one. No.
can't be much either.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Wow. Okay.
That's DVD. What's the,
No, look, it's
what was it made for?
here's the thing. Its box office was 5.7 million, but it was made for 400,000. So as far as production budget, or as far as making its money, it made back over 14 times its budget.
Wow.
And then what's this? The huge thing is, look at this right here,
Physical sales.
Blu-ray sales.
dude. Look at that right there.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you've got
Physical media is king.
5.7 million original wild box office, and it's made almost 70 million
Wow.
in that right there tells you the story of a cult classic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It made 14 times its budget, but its budget was horribly low, and those guys probably all signed on and going, you know what? I'll take a pay cut, or I won't. Don't even pay me.
Yeah. It's a fun little
I
project.
want to.
The residuals are gonna
Right.
They're just
Yeah.
gonna,
That's what
Nicholson.
Nolan took with the Odyssey.
yeah.
Jack Nicholson took a lower initial salary to do Tim Burton's Batman, with the contract getting part of the box office. He made like 60 million on that movie in residuals once it hit the box office. So whatever his initial
Smart.
upfront salary was, he's like, nah, this is gonna if this does decent, I'll make a little bit of money. That's his. I think that is his highest grossing movie for Jack
Amazing.
Nicholson is Tim Burton's Batman
Well,
because of the residuals.
Nolan.
That's my favorite Batman.
Yeah,
Boo. Nolan does with the Odyssey. He has it in his contract with I think it's Warner Brothers. He did this with because I think he always does it with Warner Brothers.
yep.
He takes 30% of whatever that movie makes. That was his thing because of how well Oppenheimer did, because he won the awards for that.
Yep.
Because of The Dark Knight, because of his track record, he was able to get away with, I want 30% of whatever this movie makes, and he got it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, look at what
Smart. I mean,
Yeah.
look at what Lucas had to do for it's The Meaning of Life. I wanted Life of Brian because that one's crap. Life of Brian. Life of Brian made 20 million worldwide on a $4 million budget. So I mean,
Pretty
it's
good.
five times it's so they've done pretty good on there. So what was the ones you pointed out? I thought 12 Monkeys made more. You said it was
I thought it was a Bob.
I think I saw it was a bomb. Was that the one I saw was a bomb?
worldwide 167 or 168, almost 167 on a
29
29.
million.
So it made five. Yeah, it made
Pretty
five.
good. Yeah.
It made almost 6 times its budget.
No.
So I thought that was So I've got it in here. So I'd have to disqualify it.
It's also really interesting to see which films do better domestically versus international.
Yes.
Because
That's always-
internationally, yeah,
If you look at nowadays everything, especially once it hits China,
Yeah.
Yes.
literally, except if it has a black person, it won't do anything because they won't release it.
right.
Or if it's pro-America, like No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way
Yeah,
Home, they
correct.
didn't release it in China because of the Statue of Liberty fight at the end.
Right.
Okay.
So it's like certain things like that. But if you look at it like Spider-Man Brand New Day, the one that just came out,
Yeah.
that is making gangbusters over there
Right.
because it released alongside America. So that's why it's so much bigger.
Well, think of the remake of
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
They had to replace them with North Koreans. Or
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
shit
North
like
Korea.
that.
Yep.
Because
Koreans.
because they couldn't release it in China,
Yeah.
and then it was still delayed another 2 years or something like that.
That was
Yeah,
long.
it's crazy.
They did that with games too. Battlefield 4, they didn't release Battlefield 4 in China because China was the bad guy in that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of the international box office is China and India.
Yep.
That's huge. I
China's
mean, that's
the
why
big one.
absolutely.
Bollywood, is such a huge thing and has infiltrated. What was that big one?
Nazu?
Dog. No,
Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but yeah. Wasn't the other one? Was Life of Pi? That was a Hollywood one, right?
That was
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life of Pi. Yeah. Mhm.
There was the one I just mentioned, Nazu 2, was came out last year, the year before. It is just a pure animated movie. I never heard of it. I never heard of the first one.
Okay.
But the second one, just in China alone, no other country had it. America did not have it. Made $2.5 billion just in China. I never heard about it, but I saw it like on Box Office Mojo. It was the dominator that whole year. And I'm like, what is this? And apparently it's pure communism. But go figure.
Of course. So it may have made
Everyone
its money.
was required to
Yeah.
see it.
That's why it made its money because they were.
You will
will
see
see
it
it
5
and
times
you
and
will
you will
like it.
love it.
Yeah.
It's
And you'll
playing
see it
from
again.
5 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yes.
And then
and
from
you
1
would-
p.m. till 12
You,
a.m.
what time you get off work, you go see it.
Right.
Exactly. Speaking of that one, there was a huge one that was Christian circles. It was a huge surprise. It was called China Cry. Anybody ever heard of that one?
I haven't, no.
No.
So I'm gonna pull it up over here just because I want to see where it's at. But China Cry was a true story of a lady in communist China, and Christian, and she prayed. 1990. So it was back. I graduated in 91. So this was. It was put out by. Where's the studio at? It was done by one of the big Christian channels.
Hmm.
Like a TBN or not TBN.
Kind of like what the brothers do. What's Kendrick Brothers? Kinda
Yeah.
like what they kind of go their own way.
maybe it was like one of the big church channels that this was like one of their first forays into movies, and I don't know if they did anything other than distribution necessarily, but I mean, look at how Angel Studios is doing now with a lot of their stuff, right?
Except for what they did with Animal Farm.
Oh, did they mess it up?
Oh, because
A lot of criticism.
big
Okay.
story about
Tell me.
Animal Farm. So everybody knows the whole story of Animal Farm and
It was required reading in my Christian high school.
So the movie was made by people from Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
When it was ready to go out, Netflix said, "Oh, this is bad. This is not Animal Farm. This is actually worse, and it's pro-communism."
Really?
Yes. So they trashed it, and they just went, "Hey, let's see if anybody wants to buy it." And that's when Angel Studios saw it, but they didn't see the movie. They just saw Animal Farm. So they're like, "Oh, anti-communist, let's buy it." So they bought it, they put it out, and the trailers even looked horrible when it came out. And plus, it has Seth Rogen in it. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Right.
He's the one that wrote it, and Andy Serkis. But
Wow.
so they put it out, and then after that, instead of going, "Oh crap, this was a bad move," they doubled down and called the fans pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Because they equated the pig communists to the pigs.
What?
And they called the whole, like, people who were bashing it pigs. And it's like, I don't know how you're doing. So I'm not sure if you saw with, what's the new one they released? Napoleon? Something like that. They released some 4th of July one. I think it was like Napoleon or something like that. But they released it, and there was ads, like, trying to be like, "Oh, hey, if you see this, we'll give you a free ticket to the next one," trying to like bring back the fans that they just called pigs. And it's like, you said
screwed
F
up.
you to the audience.
Dude.
You'd never attack the audience.
Yeah. And it's that's sad to hear because they fought so hard to get Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
But that was what, 4 years or 5 years?
That was in the tank. Yeah, that was in the tank too.
Yeah.
And they, couldn't get it, couldn't work it because it is a true form subject.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought of this one because it was one of those ones that it took. Yeah, it was the Trinity Broadcasting Network back there in 1990, and I don't know how well, I can't remember how well it did, but I thought it did really well as far as an independent, non-Hollywood group putting it out,
production. Yeah.
But it was a drama set in 1950s based on a true story about a young girl, Sung Yen Yi, who is part of a wealthy Chinese family. She's eager to become part of Mao Zedong's new society, but soon becomes disenchanted by the economic miseries that changes bring to her life long before. Anyways, the crazy thing about this, and it's documented, a true story, she was pregnant for 11 months because she asked the Lord, she said, "Lord, I do not want to have my child in communist China." And she literally treks across whatever desert or whatever to get to another country, and then gives birth within days of being there. But she was like overly pregnant.
Wow.
And it was part of the inspiration of his China Cry is because it was a, I want to say, so they're saying worldwide gross is only 4 million, but that's one of the ones that may have had a huge, because I remember watching it in church. Like the church made a special service and shit like that. And said,
But was it a true story or no?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It's based on a true story. So they tell, but the main parts of it, of the struggle and communism and her becoming a believer, being a believer and all this other stuff. And so it's very interesting. That was a long time ago. I can't remember. It's whatever year that is. 1990. Yeah. This is the true story of her. Oh, she's known as Nora Lamb. Fled communist China to Hong Kong for her real life Christian faith. Anyways, it was crazy. But the big thing in there is she's like, "Lord, I don't want to have my baby there." And like 11 months or close to 11 months. It's like,
ouch.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Crazy. But anyway, so cult classics, guys. This is good. Anything else?
I got nothing.
Nothing. No other cult classics we can think of. Oh, I see one right now. What do you guys think of Watchmen?
Watchmen?
Like
Didn't that kind
based
of
off
bomb?
the DC comics?
Didn't that bomb?
Yeah.
That was a Snyder one.
Snyder one?
I liked it.
Did that bomb though?
I don't think it bombed because
Alright.
I
I think it
remember
did.
seeing.
I don't think it
I
did.
remember seeing lines and lines of
Yeah,
people waiting
because
for that movie.
because the comic space, we were waiting for a Watchmen movie for
Yeah.
so long, and that's actually one of his better movies,
yeah,
comic book to movie.
But I'd love to see the drop off
Okay.
of that.
his budget was
bombed.
138.
It bombed, yeah.
Wow.
153, and it.
And then it made almost as much on
1.4.
Yep.
Yeah, 186 on a
yeah,
1.4.
so that would be a cult
Yep.
classic.
Yeah,
Cool.
because they've done so many.
Yeah.
I have the reason I can see it over there is I actually have 2 copies. I have Watchmen like director's cut something single,
Mhm.
and then I have another one that has Watchmen, Constantine, and something else.
Zatanna. I mean,
It's a 3-box set, but it has the. I want to say it also has another director's version.
well, it's got Constantine. It's got to be something like the dark DC characters because Constantine and Watchmen are all part of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what, and I can't see it, but it's I know it's Watchmen, Constantine.
You can look it up.
It's not 300.
Maybe it could be because he did make that movie.
But he didn't make Constantine.
That's true.
I'm trying to think what the third. It's over there in the damn box, and I'm wireless, so I could run over there. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be stubborn. All right. Next
V
time
for Vendetta.
That's it.
Oh,
And I love V for Vendetta,
Great movie.
dude. How did V for Vendetta do? I thought that one.
I think that did good. But then again, I just got
Does
the
well
other
in
one
our
wrong, so
house.
I don't know.
My wife watches that all the time.
Yeah, V for Vendetta, 130 against a $50 million. So it made 2.6 times its budget. So
Made a little money.
it made a little money back.
little.
Yeah. Do you know that Hugo Weaving was not? In fact, he's not even in all the scenes.
Oh, really?
He replaced the original actor that was playing V, and
feel
had to and of course he's overdubbing all of the lines because
Right.
he's wearing the mask and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
I feel like he takes over a lot because he did that with Red Skull.
did he
Mhm.
do that with Red
yeah,
Skull?
yeah,
He did
because
do
they
that
had
with
a
Red
different
Skull.
guy for Captain America 1, and then for Infinity War it was a different actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
He was in the original Captain America.
Oh, so it was a different one. Yeah, they flipped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
different guy took over for him.
When you go back and look at his stuff, some of the stuff that he's like turned down, you're like, dude. You know,
I always think of him as Megatron's voice in the live action until Frank Welker came back.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, he made his mark with the Matrix.
Yeah.
So yeah, V for Vendetta. How do we? Did you guys like the fourth Matrix?
The newest one, I
Yeah.
never saw it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Want,
Did
I
not
didn't
see
give
it.
it a chance.
I didn't see it. I liked the original 3 as they were.
Yeah.
You know what? To me, it's one I'll pop in. I'll pop it in every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah, I'm. It's very interesting. They did a very interesting take on it. But it's funny, the people that have complaints about movies, and I think where some of these cult classics come from, is because people have complaints, and then you go, "What? What are you talking?" So I had a buddy that would say he didn't like Matrix 2 and 3 because they made it too much of a love story. That's what he literally said to me. And I'm like, she brings him back to life by kissing him like it's the princess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the first movie. What do you can't die because the Oracle told me that the man I fall in love with. So what, in the next movie when he has to, or the third movie where he has to bring her back by reaching, what do you call it, electronically into her and restarting her heart? That was too much for you, but kissing him in the first movie and bringing him back to life.
Some people just don't get the themes in movies.
I go, okay, I so sometimes people's complaints, I go,
They can
Did you
put
watch the same movie I
they
watched?
can put aside one thing. Oh, it takes place in a digital world that's not real, but I can't get over the love. How dare that be unrealistic love? It's like, I'm sorry, did we forget that this exists?
Exactly. Well, it's like one of the grittiest ones, the ones that it's a small part of the movie, but one of the grittiest ones for me is Enemy at the Gates. Okay.
Ooh.
Right, with Ed Harris and
Yes.
Jude Law and Rachel. Is it Rachel Winslet?
I don't know. I can't
Yeah. So
speak for the female roles.
okay,
Enemy at the Gates.
yeah, you're looking it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay. So, anyways, of course, it's the sniper thing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the German sniper versus the Russian sniper, and Vasily, I think they call Jude Law's character or whatever it is, or whatever. Yeah. So he's touted as the hero, and it's one of Bob Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Yeah,
Hopkins.
Rachel Wise.
Rachel Wise. No, I knew it wasn't. Not. Yeah. So there's this scene when they're all the soldiers, and their women were soldiers too. There's this scene where they're all in this large warehouse, and they're all sleeping on cots or sleeping on the floor, and they go at it. They have sex right there. They're everybody's sleeping around them, all laying on there, and they have this and it's you can in that moment you can. There's no like they're still wearing their clothes. They're still doing all this,
Yeah.
but all of the expression for them is some of the sounds she's making, and just the slightest when you're like. It captures for me the essence of it's like how can these people be carrying on with life in these most traumatic, and you go, dude, you're gonna find a moment. It's kind of like the same with the scene in Fury
Yeah.
when he's like, you better take her in the back room before I do. It's like you find this just slight moment of sanity and clarity and comfort, and it's not just the sex scenes, but that's the most profound in those. It's like there's that human it's like no matter what turmoil and trauma's going on, you got to find that just moment of human connection.
Yeah.
And I think for me those are two scenes that are like, wow, that's I think maybe a Book of Eli would be another one where he refuses her.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't send me out, he'll beat me. And so they end up just hanging out that night and talking.
Yeah.
And she learns to pray.
You make me want to rewatch that
Which one?
Book of Eli,
Oh,
because I saw it
good
once.
one.
I thought it was a great movie, but
It's another one of my. I've probably got 10, 15 that I'll walk in here and I'll look and I'll go, maybe I can. Nah, I'm throwing this one on.
Didn't you always watch that, Dad?
He's got to turn his mic.
Watch what? Sorry.
Book of Eli.
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good.
That's what I thought.
I love. It's one of my apps. The first time I saw it, it's just, and then you realize. So, what's amazing to me is they have one of the best descriptions about hearing the voice of God in there. It's done by two non-Christians who just went straight up with the script and told the story. They didn't try to, it's like Mel Gibson doing The Passion of the Christ, right? You want fucking Lethal Weapon guy telling you that story because he's not going to make it Jesus-fied and shortcut stuff. He's going to tell you the story, however the story is.
Yeah.
He's not going to,
right.
In Book of Eli, the bad guy is a bad guy, and the other people are just people, and they've got their own, and Ray Stevenson's just, he's his own guy, and he's trying to angle, and he's like, I want the chick. He wants Mila Kunis's character. He's like, if I do this for you, I get her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's bargaining to get this girl, and you're like, dude, that's cutthroat, but it's in this post-apocalyptic environment, and you see and it was like, that's why I get turned off on a lot of the Christian movies, because they're like, they Jesus-fy, they clean
sanitize
it,
for
they
your
sanitize
protection.
it, and they clean it all up, and I'm like, that's
everything's perfect, but some things can go bad.
It's like that's not real life,
Yeah.
It's like I watched the first God's Not Dead, and I'm like, that professor, if he was a real atheist, would have cussed him out all day long. Would have just gone
F.
Yeah, it would have been one of those gratuitous moments.
Yeah, right.
Of overdoing it. So, we'll quit there. Good show. Final thoughts there, young Tyler, on the cult classics. Any final thoughts there?
Don't let our definition of a cult classic stop you from
Yeah.
thinking it's your own. As you can see from my list. Keep doing you, public.
Very nice. Very good. All right, you got a different color.
Yeah.
See, now I can get some documents done. He signed it and printed out.
Yeah.
I like
Sometimes
it.
you have to do both.
I like it. I like it. Final thoughts, Christian?
I think what's great is kind of like how we have our own view of it, of cult classics, and some people have theirs. Like they'll just view of what things are popular that they don't take into the budget account. But what I like to think about is that cult classics are a thing that keep going. So it's things that you could think nowadays of like, oh, I like this, but it's not doing good. So will it be one later? Like, will people talk about this later? Like, could I be one of the first ones that actually liked this movie? And then later on, everybody starts catching on.
Right.
So I kind of like that aspect of them.
That's a huge aspect because there's a whole bunch of movies over there that I really like and that we've even mentioned tonight. You mentioned UHF. That does it have a following now?
Yeah.
But it's one of the ones you watch.
Right.
I could think of Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Phenomenal cinematography. It's got that old tone to the cinematography, but then it cuts to this battle scene or it cuts to this and cuts to this, and it's all in this chick's head. You know, you find out, you know, and the actors in it are phenomenal. Of course, Oscar Isaac is one of the main ones in that. Phenomenal. And then Mortal Engines. Well, how did that fail? You know? But nobody's ever...
League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That one absolutely bombed, but I love that
awesome movie. But will it have that carryover?
Yeah.
You know? Well, even speaking of that one, the first two Kingsmen, right?
Yeah.
And then they did The King's Man.
I love that one.
That was
that
awesome.
one was really good.
And it did horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it was showed you the origins and showed you because the first two, you're already in it.
Yeah.
Now it shows you the origin and where it came from. You're like, dude, and Ray Fiennes did a phenomenal job.
He's an amazing actor.
Yeah, he's always good. No matter what he's in, he makes it
House of the Dragon, and then they killed him.
Worthwhile to watch. But.
I haven't watched any of that series.
Yeah.
So we'll have to catch up. All right, Glenn, your final thoughts on the cult classics and
a lot of people get wrapped up in buying or watching or streaming the latest and greatest. Dig deep, man. There's so much good cinema out there that you're missing if you haven't seen some of these movies. They're really, really worth it. And the good ones aren't dated. They hold up. They last.
Yes.
And you gotta dig deep. Don't just go for the blockbuster or the latest and greatest superhero one or whatever. Dig deep. You're missing a lot.
Absolutely. Off the top of your guys' head, one movie in the digging deep category that's not necessarily a cult classic yet because it's recent, but last 2-3 years, a movie that you dug deep, you're going through your streaming platforms and you find a movie and you go, you know what, I'm going to watch that tonight, and it turned out to be phenomenal. Anything off the top of your guys' heads?
Can't think of any.
You're saying Maverick. Maverick doesn't fit that
category. No. That's like if I would say Godzilla -1.
Is that one you would...
That made gangbusters. That was an amazing movie that just no one saw coming.
Yeah. Nothing off the top of your guys' head?
I think I'm
going to give you one. The Gorge. Apple TV. Taylor Anna Joy. And who's the guy? Damn it.
Tom Holland?
No, it's
I know what you're talking about.
It's Maverick. It's
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Her and they're basically the main characters through the whole thing, and there's a few other people that make, cameos in there. And it's this gorge that happened during World War II, and there's all this stuff. And I've watched it twice when I had the Apple TV.
Was it just made for streaming, or was it out in the theaters?
I thought it was released in theaters, like briefly.
I was about to say it failed in the theaters. I remember when it came out.
Sigourney Weaver was in it.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver was like the boss bitch in it, and little cameo here and there. Phenomenal. You guys can't think of nothing before you got to go.
I can't think.
That you were streaming that wasn't like where the hell was this movie? And then you just turn it on and you're like, dude, this is actually really good. Nothing.
I mean, the movie we watched this morning, I was telling you this earlier, we watched Apollo 13 this morning after we ate breakfast. But,
You never seen that before?
Oh, no, we had.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean,
No,
I know a lot of people who haven't.
Okay,
So,
but nothing in the last couple years that was made in the last few years that you guys recently streamed at home and went, wow. This is actually
Mercy was good.
Mercy. Oh,
I didn't
yes,
see that in
yes.
theaters. I need to see that. But
Yeah,
I wanted to watch
that
it. I
was
just
I'm
the-
never
drawing
got
a
onto
blank
it.
right now.
Yeah, Mercy was the one with Chris
Chris Pratt.
Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
all
that.
And
AI.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, that was really good.
I would say The King with Timothy Chalamet.
Okay,
Or however you pronounce his last name.
yeah, the kid in Dune.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Shamalama Ding
What's
Dong.
that on?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out.
See, the problem is I just keep up with this stuff so much that nothing like comes up to me as a surprise. I know the stuff. I just like never
Okay.
watch it
Yeah.
if I'm not interested.
There's times when I'll be looking for something and something will pop up and I'll go, what is that? And I'll go through and go, it's like when I watched for the first time, Hell or High Water.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was looking for a different movie with Chris Pine in it and it popped up and I'm like, where the hell was this one at? It's a Chris Pine movie. And I'm like, okay. And then I see the couple other actors in it. I'm like, and it's it's along the lines of, No Country for Old Men. It's got that kind of
feel to
modern country feel to it, So, yeah, good show tonight, guys. Keep up the cult classics. Follow what you like. Do all that stuff. Hey, everybody out there watching, like, share, and subscribe. Those of you watching our rebroadcast, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. We will catch you. Well, the regular show will be on this coming Tuesday. And then we're going to, because of Christian's schedule, we're going to figure out our official time slot where we can start doing this on a more permanent basis. And we may have this as something similar to this as our logo, because I think we're having too much fun.
That's a great first attempt, though. I'll tell you.
What we're having is too much shenanigans.
The
Evil shenanigans.
shenanigans. I swear. I'll pistol whip the next one that says shenanigans. Hey, Farva!
What's that restaurant like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Shenanigans? Oh! And that's it.
This is my brain.
Dad, that's an egg.
Yeah, that's an egg.
Honey,
Dude,
that's an egg.
seriously,
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
that's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
It's just an egg.
Una cerveza para mí. My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crepes.
Have some bacon and pancakes with that egg.
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large, brown, cage-free eggs.
Can I have your brain with cakes?
A little sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they gotta be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?